All right, here we are. I'm gonna be running some trains tonight. Looks like I pulled the. This is a Z train coming out of Hobart. It's the ZLAC LPK9 -11L. It's a BNSF train coming out of an intermodal yard. We're gonna get this thing turned on and get a whole dispatch and get pulled out of here. I am Lithimus. I'm a new streamer. Still kind of learning my way, and I do all sorts of simulation games, planes, trains, and automobiles. Some RPGs, shooters, a little bit of this farm sim, flight sim. All sorts of things. I usually have a partner in crime that is with me. Josh, going for Broke Gaming. He is not with us tonight. We need little prayers sent his way. He's got a family member that's at the emergency room. Hopefully everything's okay. So we're going to be thinking good thoughts and sending prayers and love his way tonight, best we can. And hope that everybody comes home safe and everything goes well. You're going to hear a bunch of other voices that are in the channel with me at some point. I'm going to turn them on here in a minute. Talking to dispatch, talking over the radio. We run on a multiplayer server. So with a lot of other people that are running trains, we have a dispatcher that's controlling all of us tonight. So it's going to be really interesting. This is the new V3 for Run8. It's only a couple weeks old. It's got a lot of upgrades. Definitely looks nice. The train handling is done very well. And I'm looking forward to seeing how we get pulled up out of here. This is first time I'll be coming out of Hobart on V3. I've worked this yard quite a bit, but anyway, so there's several trains here. This one is ours here. There's another one right here behind me. There's trains all through here. So anyway, I'm gonna walk around here and check this out. Start firing things up. I'll climb up on board. Turn some lights on. Turn the engine to run. Turn our cabin lights on, step lights off. Normal. Oh. I don't know what happened there. I'm going to turn all that stuff on. Get that going. Put that to start. We're going to be short hood lead. Alright. Get that going. I've got the turn some lights on here. Those are down here. I've got a rail driver that has all that on it, so a lot of that stuff you won't see me flip. Same way with this. Alright. Take our gen field on. That to run. Alright. So, now I'm going to go through here and do this quick way with the rest of these. Start that engine. We're at single middle. I'm going to put that on run. Release that handbrake. Dynamics are on. Put some sound in here for you guys. That would help. Turn that off. Let it run. Turn the engine on. I guess that's supposed to be in lead. Yeah. Hopefully everybody can hear the trains okay. Turn that up just a little bit. Turn that on. If we had lots of time, we could climb up in each one of these, do all the crazy switches. We kind of have a... You can do this auto start here. Filter, start checking our cables out.
BNSF 8172 calling DS14.
Open. Need to turn it.
DS14 over.
Yep,
What we
it's
do is
the
that
8172 got
connects the
everything put
controls
back
between
together
the two,
here.
so we connect that.
Pulling up to Vertimont now, watching that unit train pass us by through the interlocking here, over.
Alright, sounds like a plan. We'll go signal indication as soon as she's clear.
Signal indication. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and you know for sure you will fit on one of those tracks.
We'll fit for sure into the old dark side.
Sound muted.
Yeah. You can see the lights coming on. Whenever we connect those, it lets all those go. Alright, we're gonna walk our train real quick. It's probably okay. I have a feeling this thing's got handbrakes all the way on it. So we're gonna turn those off. If I had a conductor and I could do all my stuff and he could do his stuff, but we're gonna take some shortcuts. I was watching a video today on actually a crash, train wreck. Happened back in the 80s down in this area, and had somebody, after they investigated it, they showed, you know, the problems that happened because of it, and what mistakes people had made and all of that, and obviously there was lives lost because of that, and we implemented new policy. Alright, Crimson Sniper. Welcome, Dustin. One of my good friends there, one of my farming folks. One of the many things with. Well, you can hear these cars moving around, making all kinds of racket. I don't know why I keep turning my lights off. Walking the train. Get going here in a little bit. Get pulled out of here. This is a Z train. It's a high priority for BNSF. What we also call a stack train or an intermodal. Got all these little shipping containers. Like I said, it's coming from the symbol is LAC, which is what this yard here is, Hobart, down in LA, California. This train's gonna be going to LPK. And I'd have to look it up on the thing. I believe LPK, if I'm not mistaken, it's Logistics Park. I believe it's up in Chicago. We will take it as far as we can tonight, and then another crew would take it over. And for the depot, they'll run it to the end of the map, which for us is Seligman, Arizona. And at that point, it goes off into Neverland in the imaginary world. And imaginary crews take it all the way to Chicago. So Run8 isn't necessarily the prettiest of all train games, but as far as how you run a train and the physics and the mechanics of it all, it is the best. The fact that it has multiplayer and we can all these trains here that you're looking at, these were all built by other players. Were built in this yard. And now I'm going to hop on it and run it out of this yard, which I think is amazing. The logistics aspect of Run 8 and the Depot Plus is far and above anything else that is out there. Run 8 by itself is amazing. You pair that with a server group called Depot Plus, and it just becomes above anything else they could possibly be. There are some other train games, and they do look pretty. They've got a lot of buttons, but from the guys that actually run trains that are here on Depot Plus, you know, what their expertise of how this runs is say it's very realistic, and especially with V3, we have a lot of issues that can happen. The brakes are more realistic. They've added so much more to the physics. So this the V3 portion just made it that much better. Run 8 Studios, if you're interested in any type of train simulation. Like I said, they're not the flashy guys, but they are the best. I'll take a game or a simulator that runs well and is accurate over something that's just flashy with lots of bells and whistles, as you might say. Now, I have the others too, because I enjoy that sometimes. Sometimes I just want a game with objectives and just want to chill by myself, and that's great, but that's 1 out of 10. 9 times out of 10 I want to be on here, either working a yard or running a train. For the longest time I was kind of a yard rat. I believe all these are going to be good. We're going to head on down to the other end real quick. I don't think we're going to have problems. I'm just going to kind of move it along. Mic seems a bit low. Alright. Well, we can make some corrections there. Let's try not to blow it up too bad, but we can pull her up a little bit. Thanks for the input there. Is that any better? I'm also talking low. Trying to not have a coughing fit. Yeah. Like I said, I'm still getting over the flu and pneumonia. I was in the hospital earlier, last week. I had got some crazy trouble with my lungs, and the flu and pneumonia set in, and they just put me down. But we're better now. We're getting well. Hello, Mr. Sean. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My 2 boys got sick. My wife managed to evade getting sick somehow, which I don't understand because she always gets sick. So somehow she took care of us all and managed to get me to the hospital. But we're all doing better now. My son stepped up and took care of the farm while I was down. And specifically one who never gets sick. He finally did get sick in the end. He got sick last and was well first. That's how that works. So usually he kind of bounces off of him, but he did get sick this time. He was a little miserable. So, all right, we're almost to the back. I don't hear Fred screaming at the back. I do not. That's closed. We're going to hang on Fred. And then we're going to open there. There we go. Now Fred's screaming. This is your end of train marker. They also call it Fred. And I'm not going to pretend that I know what Fred means. I've heard it. The guys have told me many times. And it's escaping me. But anyway, she sits here and screams because she's got air going through it. Anyway, Fred's screaming on the rear. And you'll hear us say that tonight at some point. This here is your angle cock, so that's that little turn valve there that you can shut the air off and let it through. You can also, one thing that we can do now is we can disconnect air hoses and connect air hoses, which is important. Alright, I'm gonna speed walk back up the front like that. Hop back out. We've got our lights the way we want them. Let's do one more check. Short head lead, which this is your short hood. This would be your long hood, so we're at short hood lead. Rest of these guys should be set on single. Single, single. We got our lights the way we want them. Alright, we've got all of our switches the way we want. I can turn that off. I got the cab lights on. I'll kill those in a little bit. Alright, I get some maps up on my other screen so I know where I'm going. I've got maps for Georgia up that I don't need. Where are you at, maps? Come on. And I've got we'll start with San Bernardino. That'll be good enough to get us going. Probably live without it. Alright. We are on channel 5. Alright, let's see. Yeah, here we go. Got the channel information on these F3 screens, which is wonderful. Looking for... I am not used to this new F3 screen. Oh, flatbed truck driver, Mr. Norm. Oh, I've been waiting for somebody. I can try this button out that I got. Let me see here. Alright. Let's see if this works. Boom. Shout out to Mr. Flatbed Truck Driver. Go check out Norm. Norm does some farming. Norm does a lot of ARC. He's a professional ARC player. You're my first shout out I've ever done there, Norm. So there you go. Alright. That was what I wanted right there, wasn't it? There we go. Hobart. There we are. We're up in there. It doesn't show my... I forget what channel we're supposed to be on. So we're up in here. We'll end up coming out this switch. The dispatch will do, and we'll make our way out. He'll bring us over at some point, and we'll go with these trains. We'll be traveling east. Alright. Let me see. Let me get a little quiet here. I got my head turned away from you until I find this channel info. This has got the channels on it here. 55, that's up in Bakersfield. There's Needles. Not on our new maps either. Well, poo. I hate it when I can't find information. But every page has channel information on it, except for the one that I am using. Why is this? Why is this? I don't understand. So Cajon, which is where we're gonna go to. There's your Barstow radio. There's channel 65. Going up Cajon. We don't have any channel information. I'm just gonna go with 65 and hope for the best. I have a feeling it'll be wrong. That's all we're gonna go with. Maybe Matt will be forgiving as the dispatcher. That I'm calling on the wrong channel. Alright. Alright, kick our high beams on there. I think I can... Yeah, I'm going to leave the cabin lights on for just a minute. Alright. There's our train information that we want. HPT is 2.9. We do not have any DPUs. There's our axle temps. No DPUs. Oh. I want to keep that there. I want to keep that there. Alright, we've got 90 in our reservoir, 90 on our brake pipe right now. That's my independent brake right there. We got 72 on it. I'll just do a little... Alright, bail that off. Everything looks good. We got 85 loads. 4 units on the head end. We got 364 axles. Our speed limit's going to be 70 mile an hour if we get a chance to get up to that. There's our symbol, ZLAC LPK9-11, 6334 is our length, 2.9 is our HPT, 6225, I can hear other radios going off. Alright, I think we are ready to get to rolling. We can open the windows if we want. You can hear the clack-a-lack-a-lackin'. Close that up. Alright, unmute TeamSpeak.
Sound resumed.
Alright. Can you guys, is our little, I can't really see it real, my little follower goal, is that updating down there in the bottom left? I made it small. Unfortunately, my old eyes can't see it very well. Hopefully it works for you guys. Alright. Yeah, I didn't want it to overwhelm. I just kind of wanted it to be hiding down there. Yeah, that's alright then. I'll look it back in the videos later maybe, and I'll maybe make some adjustments. I just didn't want it to be blaring. I don't know if they're working or not. There is a way. 14, yeah, that's correct. It should be. I started with 12. Trying to. I got 2 more today, so it should be good. Looks like it's working. There is some slots games you guys can play. You gotta get some points.
BNSF
not sure how that
95.7
works.
suburb.
I added it today. I have
So
not
what's
had a
up?
chance to test it, so.
All fueled up, ready to back out. Couple up to our train over.
Signal indication, and let me know when you're all stopped. Ready to copy flagging instructions. Over.
Roger that. Signal location.
Alright. Say. We're going to be looking for BNSF 15, or Dispatcher 15, which is San Bernardino. Alright. Where'd you go, map? Yeah, my map has evaded me. There we go.
Oh gosh, this is gonna be a challenge with Amtrak in the picture. Man, this hill's a mess.
It's good practice.
I guess.
So we should be able to just tone 15, I think is what he's going to want. That should be who he is. Alright. This changes every time I go from A line back to here. Alright, so now I think it's the other one that used to be that. Let's see.
UP 8741, advance approach, CP slow, south out.
BNSF 7241. Cajon sub coming over.
Cones up.
I started Dagobah. Dog catch crews on board. Ready to get some authority on the main whenever you are over.
You would do that. Yeah. Give me a call. Gosh, I can't see engine numbers.
I'll just
I hate
call
this
him
new
manually, I
dispatcher
guess.
screen. Give me a call on the BNSF 8171 West. Is all by your point of entry. Probably just went by you.
After the 8171, you say over?
Oh, I'm sorry. Stand by. Give me a second.
I believe we're on ramp 2.
You're looking for the BNSF 7694 West as your target train.
Let's see. We'll go ahead and walk this real quick.
7694 will give you a shout out for Dagobah over.
So,
Okay, here we
you
go.
don't control these, so we gotta do this. I forgot. This is where my conductor would be stepping in.
BNSF 9207,
That
ready to
should get
copy
us
it. Needles over.
there, and straight.
All right, BNSF 9207 at Needles as authority.
I believe this
Pass
one is
signal
a
displaying stop indication.
controlled.
Main one, eastbound, back to your train over.
BNSF 9207 at Needles
Oh,
has
hello.
permission to pass signal
Hold on.
displaying stop indication, main one to main one, back onto our train at
Yeah.
Needles.
That is correct. And if you could, after you get it put back together, just pull it up there to the signal at West Needles for a tie down.
Roger that. After it gets all back together, pull up to West Needles for a tie down over.
That is correct. Thank you.
Roger that. Here we go.
7240. Oh, go ahead. 7241, Cajon sub, come in over.
Home sub answering.
Yes, sir, the 7694 West is all past our point of entry over.
Are you guys able to hear the other guys talking?
All
in
right, ready,
dispatch?
copy.
Ready, copy.
All right, BNSF 7241. After the BNSF 7694, you have authority to open up and occupy main track 2 TWO
Good,
between CP baseline and CP Vertimont. Eastward move. Over.
And that was the 7694 you said, correct, over?
That is correct.
Alright, BNSF 7241 has authority to occupy main 2 TWO track between CP baseline and CP Vertimont for eastward moving over.
That is correct. Over.
All correct, Cole, give you a shout and raise line and lock mainline movement over.
All right, here we go. Thank you.
I had to crawl in and get my foot pedal. I got a foot pedal for when I talk to dispatch.
Hey,
so
Matt, have they
keep-
got the manned helper deal figured out?
Oh yeah, it's figured out all right. No, we got to add jobs to the OC, but you guys are more than welcome to play around with it if you want.
So
We got
I'm-
some helper units down at San Bernardino.
I got a
tied away in the
couple.
helper pocket.
I've got my headset mic that I use to talk to dispatch,
explain
talk
to
to
me real
TeamSpeak,
quick,
but you
in
guys are hearing
nutshell.
me on my.
Do we,
My
so
boom
we,
mic.
We would
So
get
yeah,
the train, hook up to somebody else's train, and be able to control our units. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, that's correct.
so I still sound like crap when I'm going across
We're
the
gonna have
radio,
some.
but you guys are gonna
so
hear
for
me
now,
through
we've
my
got
boom
the
mic.
power stage there at Needles, off the helper pocket. It's the K Spud. We're also gonna. I'm sorry, that's at San Bernardino, off the helper pocket. That's the K Spud. We're also gonna keep 2 units in the house at Needles. Those will be the K Nini. So if anytime anyone needs help on the hill, someone would just grab those units and run up light, hook onto the rear, and shove them over.
Sounds great.
BNS 8249 calling 15.
15 answering.
Yeah, this is the 8249 ZLAC LPK9-11L. Train length is 6334. We have an HPT of 2.9. 6,225 tons. 85 loads, no empties. Pulling out of ramp 2 at Hobart. Looking to see when you can take us out.
All right, I can take you right now. Come on down, signal indication.
Copy that. Signal indication. Now we're coming out.
You guys have a good one.
See
All
ya.
right.
See you,
So
Mike.
we got center Mike. Got the end of the train moving. We got our bell on in case there's anybody walking
User
around.
disconnected from your channel.
We're gonna ease on out of here. I'm gonna turn my little cheater panels on here. There's another stack train there in front of us. Just gonna take her out nice and slow. Spin around a little bit. The train's getting up and going already. She's out there on the main. That's international containers. Matt taught me what those were at one point, but I forget. I actually saw some of those in real life today. There's 2 of them sitting by when I was driving. That's funny. That's
BNSF 907. Seligman.
It's looking so.
Ready to pull west, all back train over.
Ready to pull west. Here we go. Last signal indication.
Here we go, last indication. Thank
I
you.
wonder if he wanted me to go out that way.
Yes, sir.
No, he's got me coming over. Yeah, we're good.
Oh wow, man! I feel honored. You let me out in front of your with Select 9.
Yeah, I know I shouldn't have, but I did. I gotta figure out a plan for Amtrak. That's my main goal right now. I'm gonna cross that Whistlack 9 over to 1, Vermont, after you clear.
Oh, and I'll make this quick.
I got a little red pot signal right there. I don't know why.
Emergency,
Amtrak yet,
emergency,
Harrison?
emergency. 7241 emergency.
Slowly
Kingsport
trying
main two.
to, Matt.
You've got to be kidding me.
I was literally in the same block with him for like maybe a good 30 seconds because I looked ahead and the signal was double green, and then next thing I know, he knocked the signal down.
You break a knuckle, David.
Oh, right at the motor.
Engineer composite change stop at Vermont.
Engineer BNSF 7241 can't comply with single chain stop application. Vertimont into.
Engineer can't comply, change stop Vertimont. Thank you.
My bad, dude.
That's all good. Things happen. Makes it more realistic. DS calling BNSF 8172 east over, or west.
7172 west. Go ahead, over.
Yeah, how are the switches looking there between baseline and Vertimont over?
We've guard tied down the siding here, and switches between CP baseline, CP Vertimont. Main track number 1 are lined and locked for the main, over.
Understood. All switches handled between baseline and Vertimont. Main track 1, line lock for the main. Thank you.
Thanks, BNSF 8172 out.
Well, this is funny. The knuckles where I came apart aren't broken; they're just open.
BNSF 8249, all stop here at CP Hobart.
You don't have the light?
I do not. Not on the main.
BNSF 7268, approach medium. Arlington, Easttown. 2 out.
Oh, that's the lead you're coming out of.
Yeah, I was all the way up in the ramps.
I'm sorry, I thought you were using that crossover right there behind you.
I would have had to ask you for permission to throw the hand throws, wouldn't I?
No, you're in the yard. You can do whatever you want in the yard.
Oh, okay.
They changed this up a little bit.
Yeah, I thought it looked different. I haven't been down here. Signal indication. Thank you. So yeah, we could have used those hand throws back there. Like I said, it used to be when you come out of the yard, the dispatcher always controlled that first
53 to dispatch.
signal. I have not ran this since the new upgrade because some of the tracks have
There's
changed.
2 dispatchers.
This is new.
To the UP Mojave dispatcher.
So, it's a little different. I'm learning, math learning.
Take off. Good night, guys.
Have a good one.
See ya.
User disconnected from your channel.
Oh, man.
Did we lose Wyatt?
Is Wyatt only responding to tones?
I call Wyatt.
Someone's calling you.
This is the
dispatcher.
LOP 53 looking for the 254.
Go ahead, over.
Howdy, I'm looking to open up the hand throw here at the south end of Mojave Yard for the spur that has the helper power on it. The local power shit the bed.
How about you got my
So
permission
we
to
got
open
main 1,
up
2, 3.
DOS over?
Copy that,
Got
thank
us
you.
crossing over here. Try notch 2.
254, I'll also need the switch into Mojave Yard on the south end.
We're on a 15-mile-an-hour speed limit right now. We're still coming out of the yard.
Our
That'll be a
combat
little
switch
easy.
is coming down now.
Copy that, thank you.
BNSF 7268, approach to West Riverside on 2 east out.
Calling a BNSF 14 Cajon dispatcher over.
Freight 50.
Con sub dispatcher over.
Be our
Yeah,
speed limit
dispatcher,
once the
this is
rear of the train
BNSF
clears that.
7312. 8 SWAT Park 1, 13A. We're at Martinez here. We're recrewing the train. Whenever you can take us. Over.
I'll take you right now. Signal indication over.
Signal indication, roger.
Norm, if you're still around, looking forward to hopefully doing some farming together, maybe. I got a little bit done on the farm the other day.
UP 8741, advance approach, Riverside 2 west out.
Kind of doing a hodgepodge on this farm that we got set up of equipment. I think on the next map I may try to do my big John Deere farm, but speed's creeping up on us a little bit there. Give us a little, set the brakes a little. Drop her in notch 2. Should roll on down through there decently. It's one thing about running a train, you don't jump into it and get in a hurry. At least I don't. Maybe some of the guys do. You can hit the buttons and make everything right.
Hey man, I got a question for the rest of your evening, or a question that will set the tone for the rest of your evening.
But I try to take my time, make sure I do
Oh
everything
gosh,
correctly.
do I want to know?
I mean, it's a real simple fix, but it depends how prototypical you want me to be.
Oh, be prototypical.
Okay, well then our DP ran out of fuel.
Oh my god.
What's one thing
That's
I did?
amazing. You know what we could do? Anyone want to run a helper unit?
I did not check my fuel.
I can do it.
What are you running right now?
I was just getting the LOP-53 ready, but I hadn't really started.
Go ahead and crew that K Spud Spud at the helper pocket, and we'll get you out.
Fantastic.
Matt, do you want me to back in the site and clear up for you?
I mean, if you can safely do that without breaking your train again, that'd be preferred.
Hey, I can do it.
Okay. That'd be great. Be a clear shot for Amtrak.
Like I said, as soon as
Y'all
our
have a good
rear of
night,
our
y'all.
train clears the...
You too.
Have a good one. As soon
Later.
as the rear of our
Night.
train
Disconnected from the
clears the
channel.
yard, we'll get to go ahead. I typically would have a counter started. telling
Wyatt,
me
that hand
where
throw's
I'm
landing
at
lock back on
there,
the main.
But I didn't.
I copy that, thank you.
But my thing will tell me anyway. That's the commerce yard. That's where we would... Hopefully this thing was fueled up before it was put onto a train. These all get brought down here and then they go down there to the intermodal yard. Get put onto the trains, and that's where the yard master pulls his power from. Clear signal.
Where's the helper pocket?
Helper pocket is CP San Bernardino
Copy that, thank you.
Drop her back to notch 2.
off Main 3.
Clear signal far ahead. This is the
Are you saying
commerce
the DP unit you just picked up in
Amtrak
San Bernardino ran out of fuel?
unit, or not unit.
No, it's
Amtrak
the
station?
first BN. So I had the second motor is the one that had the low water, and then the one ahead of it.
Either
just
they were
ran out
running
of
a
fuel.
Metrolink or an Amtrak train that stops at Commerce. They'll pull up there and stop. I think we do have an Amtrak running tonight. Not
UP
sure exactly where he's
8741,
at.
approach Chicken Cedar 2 west out.
Go ahead and turn the cabin lights off. Make it nice and dark in here. Helps us see a little bit further. Alright, later Dustin. Sounds good. Thank you for coming by. Thanks for stopping by and checking us out. Thanks for the follow.
BNSF 7659 calling DS11.
Alright, 50 mile an hour. Let's get this bad boy going.
Yes, sir.
Now, we
just,
don't, I
probably
don't want to
looking
take
tie
off
down
too
that needle
fast
slit.
because we'll end up stretching the train, breaking a coupler. That's kind of where we're watching this information up here at the top where
Which train is this?
coupler pounds. Kind
It's
of
Galbar.
cheaty way to look at it. I just try to take off slow.
All right, let's plan on main at
16
1.
mile an hour.
And needles.
How do I crew the helper on the OC?
You just have to add it as a road train for now. We guess we
Drop
still
the
gotta
brakes.
get we gotta get that stuff added.
Okay, cool.
Virgin approach, medium west, Riverside, 2 track to the 1, eastbound, BNSF 7268.
I've got to go over and move our train out of the yard to the road train. Alright. Okay, we're good.
Better hightail it, Harrison. I'm getting you on Amtrak.
I'm a hustling. Had to run restricted speed to that red light there.
You went by restricting back there?
Nah, I was on the approach still between the intermediate and the control
Yeah,
point
clear
there.
signal coming
west
up.
Riverside.
That's Spotlight. That's on that side track.
Good for 40.
Notch 6.
So I just came in looking out for that stop signal.
Gotcha.
This tells us right here that we're gonna speed up.
All right,
over-
where is that train that
I
I'm
forget
helping?
how far it is. Miles per hour per minute. Maybe
Main
it's
2
over the
on
next
site
minute, maybe.
Between Vermont and Baseline.
It's green, so we're gonna get faster. Don't think
7241.
I'm crossing.
On sub, command over.
Don't sub, over.
Switches line main track 2 movement. Main 2 movement between CP Vermont and CP Baseline over.
Notch 7.
Understood. Also channeled between CP Vermont and CP Baseline.
Kind of
line lock,
keeping an
main
eye
track
on our
2.
coupler pull there.
That is all correct over.
We don't have anybody on
All
the rear
correct, thank
pushing
you.
now. All the power for this
Got
train
some
is on
helper
the head
power
end of
coming out
it,
San
so
Bernardino for you.
we're heading
Momentarily.
head and power only.
Roger will be standing by.
So you wanna?
And they just ran by a red block.
Sorry, I took my brakes off without paying attention.
I'm gonna have to P-test these guys and have to order up another crew. It'll be about an hour and a half.
I heard there's a guy that's first out rested. I guess his initials are AI or something.
Oh. Always something. One thing after another here.
Alright, we're going to drop her down one. Notch 8.
Let's try that again. This is the SPBD SBD1. Looking for the light off
40 mile an hour.
Helper Pocket, San Bernardino.
You have a GTB number this evening?
One moment.
BNSF 7268 east, advance approach 8.4 east on main 1.
Yeah, that Amtrak Riverside stop takes a while.
Alright, drop her back a notch. We're kind of creeping up on that speed limit.
I got GTB 1179.5.
Thank you, Sean. Thanks for the alert. Much appreciated.
All right, 1179.5, good GTB, and here we go, signal indication.
Copy that, signal indication.
And just heads up, I will need you to clear up right away. Got an officer special and Amtrak hot on your heels there, so just duck you into the siding off Main 2 at Ono, and you guys can link up and do your brake test.
Sounds good.
Here we go, thank you.
Fitty. Clear signal up ahead.
Sure wish this was triple tracked.
I thought they were going to do that with the new update, but I guess not.
Divergent clear east on Riverside 1 to 2 eastbound BNSF 7262.
Whistle board.
Be right back.
Fitty. Rolling along in notch 3. I can get a little more out of it, maybe. We got a train meet there. Let's see what train that is. I guess this is that train that was going by when we were pulling out, and they've stopped it. He stopped him to let me around. I was wondering why it was looking that way. I was like, I thought I was meeting a train. But no, he's heading the same way I am. He just got stopped so I can get ahead of him. I must be higher priority. I forget how you change this.
BNSF detector milepost 154.3 main 1 ambient temperature 70 degrees.
He's sitting there blocking traffic.
Now I gotta learn Matt's signals.
Right.
Clear signal. Normally, if Josh was here, he would call out a signal, I'd call out a signal, and we'd agree on it, and then he'd call it over the radio if it was anything other than a clear. Here we go, crossing
BNSF
over.
9618, approach medium CP baseline.
UP 8741 West Coast Yard Master. Go ahead. I'll in here on 103 looking for some instructions at the dish shop.
Yeah, if you've got the time and want to run the engines down to the
Fitty.
the shop, that'd be cool.
Alright, I'm good on 115 to the shop.
Kind of blow the horn a little bit. Make sure nobody's stepping off my Amtrak there. Alright, whereabouts are we? That should have been... That was Norwalk. I better slow down. Put the light set. Keep her notch one. We'll slow down a little bit. There we go. And maybe not. Bail off for air. Clear signal. Crossings up here, stop traffic. Some industry there. Looks like they got some refrigerated cars sitting out there. So somebody's brought these in and set these cars. And they get work there, and then another train comes and picks them up. We've got a whole intricate network of trains that runs down here. What we call locals that do little jobs, go out to businesses. I just happen to be working an intermodal train that comes out of a yard and blasts down the track. It's kind of its job.
Man, that last DP is almost out of fuel too.
Good lord.
That's one thing I really love about Depot Plus is like I said, it's got everything for everybody.
Of course it is. It's an NS unit.
Well, I don't take that UP officer special after Amtrak.
Off the UP side.
Alright. Yeah.
So Matt, can you tell us what's the deal with the officer specials? What was those special trains? What are they exactly?
They ran executive trains into LA for the Super Bowl. And they had a bunch of company officials on them. Now the Super Bowl's over, so they're leaving.
Gotcha. Now what would the train consist of? What type of train is it?
Officer cars.
Oh, okay.
Did it have like the yellow east cars basically?
Yeah, the UP one had like something like 20 something. I think it's
29.
29.
Anything special leading it?
There were two ST-70Ms going into Cali.
Jesus, how many tracks did they have to split that over in LA?
I don't know where it unloaded.
They went to Long Beach, actually.
Where at Long Beach they unloaded, I don't know. I only put them in LAUPT because that's what we had.
Yeah, somewhere on the Alameda corridor in Long Beach.
Thank you, Nate, for fishing that information out, since I was trying to get Matt to explain on stream what that train was, so.
And the BNSF
No
one,
problem.
the BNSF one.
He wasn't taking no hints, even though I kept asking questions.
Forgot your stream.
BNSF 9618, approach MP78.
And also, Chad, the BNSF one came from Topeka, Kansas.
Okay.
And went straight to San Diego for that to be unloaded. And Matt just wanted to run to LA just for shits and giggles.
All right.
That was 2 engines and 16 cars.
And this was the executive specials for that one, or a different train?
That's correct. The BNSF passenger officer special.
Okay. Yeah, I saw them on the board. I just didn't know exactly what they was, and I saw they were Super Bowl related.
Right.
Actually, on the BNSF...
What's the train I'm helping? Is it the Barlac 01?
I'm sorry, there was 2 people jumping at once.
Who was it that started talking first? I think Nate stepped on you.
Sorry about that.
On the BNSF special, they took out all 3 sticker units. All 3 sticker units ran down to San Diego. They took off 1 unit, ran it up to Commerce. When it got up to Watson, they put all 3 back on, and they went back to Pika.
Okay, yeah, that's right. They had the trio.
So there
25
are
anniversary
some guys that just know a lot of train information, obviously, in the depot. I mean, some of these guys work, live,
It
and
was
eat,
not
and breathe
two, it
this
was three,
stuff.
sorry.
Some of them are what we call rail fans, and they just have a
Alright, that's it
plethora
for me.
of
Go
knowledge.
ahead and log off. You have a great night.
Later, Wyatt.
Very nice.
Later, Wyatt. Thanks for dispatching.
No problem. Glad to see you back out, Jack.
Yeah, absolutely. Glad to be back.
Now, back to my question. What train am I helping? Is it the SDG bar 113A?
Yes.
Sounds good.
He said he had to step away for a second, so just go ahead and clear up and just make sure to talk to him before you hook on.
Will do.
Yeah, I think Matt, the helper guy would have to relinquish his train, and then the full train would have to back into it, or vice versa. I can't remember how it goes.
According to the manual, doesn't have to.
One person has to relinquish.
Yeah, because I tried to do it with somebody on the Mohawk, and when I connected his train, it kicked him out and gave me control of his train too.
Yeah, so it's probably best if David relinquishes and you just couple right onto the back of him.
All right, I'm gonna step away real quick.
Okay.
I've got
set
this
everything up, and then you relinquish, and he'll take
set
it back over,
to
and then you can jump in the helper.
cruise control. I'm gonna tap my button, and
Matt,
I'll
I
be
can't
gone
open
just
this
a quick few
switch.
seconds.
Do you want me to get it
You
for
kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? Always something.
Oh, this is comical.
Harrison, can I take your signal back for a second, please?
Where?
Baseline.
Yes, I'm coming up 7th Street. I could
Alright.
comply with signal.
It's because I gave Harrison a light behind you. Go ahead.
That bites. SS 7268 East on 3, approach 7th Street out.
Wasn't sure I was gonna make that one.
Clear 7th Street.
Just to the helper unit, all line and lock for the normal
Yeah, we're starting
position
to
between
climb the
baseline
hill
and
here.
Vermont.
I need to figure out how to turn that.
We're all clear the main,
Off.
switches line lock back to the main.
I'll clear the main, switch line lock. Thank you, sir. Here we go.
And BNSF 7268 to the
There we go.
DS14 commander.
I can turn my alerter
DS14?
off there if I have to run to the
Yeah,
bathroom.
we had an approach there at 7th Street, then it went up to a clear. We still expecting to hold there at baseline, or we good to go?
Oh, good to go. Come on down. Signal location.
As you can see, we're starting to go uphill. We're hitting a
Roger,
grade.
we'll try to get out of
that's
this
slowing us
railroad.
down.
Here we go.
Oh man.
And BNSF 7268 clear baseline and Stone 2.
Pulling up out of the flat bottoms of the LA, and we're heading towards San Bernardino. We are trying to figure out where we're at. I think what we've done. We went past. I think we went past La Mirada. We're on triple track, so we're probably in the Fullerton area, I would imagine. Should be the Fullerton Depot here. Not mistaken. So if I don't hit something on the train every so often, that you see that little alert come up. I have an alerter button on my controls here. But if that that goes unattended, the train will put itself into emergency and come to a stop. This is the Fullerton Metro Station. Or depot, I guess. Fullerton Depot, or Amtrak would stop and pick passengers up. Freight 40. Yeah, slow down.
All person want to bring it up to a hook.
Still getting all clear signals.
Yeah. I'm down here on the ground and ready for you guys to make a hook.
Is your train relinquished?
Negative.
Things might explode if your train's not relinquished.
Alright, it's relinquished now.
Alright, coming for a hook.
And server crashed.
Not on my end.
Yeah, no, I'm still in it.
Just you exited, Matt.
Okay. Just crappy hotel Wi-Fi then.
That was weird timing. So we hit a small 40-mile-an-hour block there. Let's start my timer. When that reaches the length of the train, we should be out of that block and be back in the 50 block. Whistle boards.
Alright, we're all hooked on, and then I'll relinquish, and you grab it again.
Alright.
Alright, grab it.
Alright.
So you'll select it as a DPU, and then one of the other options is to change it from DPU to helper.
Roger.
Alright, we're out of that block.
It's the option on the very right of the DPU helper setup.
My rail driver's telling me 50 mile an hour.
Alright, have a good night, guys.
Have a good night.
Oh, well, welcome back. Hopefully you can hear things, Norm.
Disconnected from your channel.
We're getting some grade. We're gonna
BNSF 7212 calling DS11.
pour the coals to her.
DS11.
Yeah, just want to give you a heads up. We're gonna be looking for a place to tie down either Griffith or Barry. Either way, fine with me.
Your length.
5,196.
Alright, stand by. Let me see if I can find you, please.
Clear signal.
Whoever in the car department let all 3 of these out without fuel.
BNSF detector milepost 43.3 main.
Albert, did you say something?
Ambient temperature 70 degrees.
Say that again?
Oh, I thought you said something.
Detector 4330 or 43.3. We're coming up on Atwood Junction.
Are you able to set it up to grab as a helper?
Yeah, it's got me linked as the DP. I'm just going to do a quick bump
Miss
test real quick.
Cherry. Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Nikolak, what was that length you had?
5196.
I think you have the wrong one set as the leader.
It was showing. It shows on the last one that's the leader.
Alright, let's see how this works.
Right, but
I'm linked
doesn't
up
the 9618
That didn't
have to
work.
be the leader?
No, it's 9691. Links up to the last one.
Doesn't matter
Nikolak,
which
can you
one.
make it to Yucca?
Okay, so I'll run in reverse. Sounds good.
Or is that too far?
Say it again.
But
I have to work on your button.
How do I get in? Do I just like get in like a conductor?
yes.
Yeah.
The problem is
Hey.
it's still set as DPU, not a helper.
Yeah, Nate, let's drop down a channel.
Okay.
User left your channel.
As my alerter, I was
User left
focused
your
on my
user
button
in your
and my
channel
alerter's
timed out.
screaming at me. That's pretty crazy. How are you tonight, Miss Cherry?
User left your channel.
Ah. Have you noted? Do you know we have new grounded content that's beyond what we haven't already done? I think they added some stuff. So we'll have to get back on that. Why wouldn't you have it installed? Do you have to uninstall things? Of course, I have the save, so, you know, I guess if you do install it, ain't a big
User
deal.
entered your channel.
That was fun.
Better slow down. What's going on, Matt?
Alright, so sorry about that, guys. Lost connection. Nikolak, can you make it to Yucca or is that too far?
Alright, we got a clear signal here. We got a crossing coming up.
Stand by.
No, I've been
If
a little
not, I can
busy,
tie
you know.
down, there's a dark siding at Barry off of Main 1 that you should just be able to fit in. Barely.
No, I can make it to Yucca. I'll give you a good run.
Okay, yeah, Yucca, let's plan on tying down Yucca dark siding off of Main 1, just west of the control point.
Roger, we're going to turn down to Yucca just west of control point. We should make it, no problem.
Alright, here we go, appreciate it. Did I miss anything else? Was anyone else on there?
Like I said, normally I'd have Josh with me tonight.
If
He
that
is
guy has to, if he has to bail,
at the
you got to bail. I can
ER. with his family members. So hopefully he's doing well.
No,
We're
I should be able to
sending
make it. It's not a problem.
good
I
thoughts
just
and
saw,
prayers to Josh tonight.
Needles
who
was
would
getting pretty
normally
busy,
be
so
sitting
looking for somewhere
right
else.
over there and helping me call signals and giving me somebody to talk to while we're running around. But he's not here tonight, so
Oh, okay.
we're
If
thinking
you
about
wanted
him.
to get closer to Needles, there's other places we could bring you. Actually, I think that might be it, because Topak is 5,300, and I think you said you're a little longer than that.
Either way, it's fine. I'm good for Yucca.
All right, Yucca it is.
Oh. Keep this train a moving.
What's your speed up that hill, Harrison?
7268, we're going about 45. 45.
Kind of give you guys an outside look here. That's us trucking on down. So I spent the day kind of playing around with my streaming stuff and trying to get a few things turned on, and a bot here and there and a little counter on the bottom. Slow going. I'm making my way slowly though. But I'm getting there. I'm used to just sitting in somebody else's stream being entertainment, so now I gotta try to figure out how to do all this stuff. Yeah, this is me running a train versus working the yard. I probably will stream some yard work at some point.
BNSF Detector Milestone 38.0 Main 1.
Yeah, we have a dispatcher on. He asked tonight if I told him I was going to get on. He said, anybody looking for a train? And he had this train available and needed it moved. And I said, I'll take it. So I took it. Happy to help and get the train moving on down the track. It's a high priority train. It's a Z train, which is the highest priority they got. It's a Z9. Coming out of LAC, which is LA, California, or Hobart, going to LPK, which is Logistics Park, I think up in Chicago. So we're going to run her as far as we can tonight until we run out of time and hours. This is our new V3, new version of our train software. Everything looks a little sharper, runs a lot better. We've actually got over here, we've got working temperatures for our axles, and all this information is actually what's going on in the train. You can actually smoke these axles or brakes if you ain't careful. Train handling is phenomenal. We're moving up, coming out, like I said, out of LA. Actually, we're at a place called Atwood Junction. Well, actually, we may be past Atwood now. That was detector 38. Yeah, so we're past that. So we're going into Esperanza. Yes, this is real layout of real Southern California. Real distances, real time it would take me to run from LA to where we're heading. Everything is absolutely scaled and proportional. Cherry is a streamer. She streams a lot of horror stuff and scary things. Scary Cherry. And Flatbed is an ARC streamer and Farm Simulator stream. I don't know if you used to do some Farm Sim streaming. I don't know if you've done any of that recently, but I know right now your big thing is ARC. And so, yep. When you feel like it, there you go. Clear signal coming up. Yep, looking good. So we're on triple track past from between Esperanza and Prado. No, ARC dinosaur stuff. Building houses and playing with dinosaurs. And my bot smacked Cherry for stupid, but I'll have to tweak it a little bit. It's new. For woohoo. All right. I didn't even. You got one capital letter in there. That don't make no sense. Yeah, that was Nightbot. Like I said, I put 2 bots on today. Nightbot and then the Streamlab ones to try to work on some stuff. Have not tweaked them at all. Alright, we got 10% grade going up. We're backing off a little bit.
User joined your channel.
I am not suffering from that, Norm. I have not enough time for everything that I want to play right now. We started last night on our SnowRunner series that we're starting from scratch, hard mode, hardcore. So we're working on our SnowRunner series. I've got tons of Run8 that I want to do because we have this new version. We have a lot of new trains, and we've got the yards are nice. Everything. I can sit and get engrossed in Run8 forever. I got the final pieces of my flight sim gear in, so I'm getting ready to start building my flight sim console. Once that is done, we will start our virtual airline / pilot company, and we will start running some flights and making money and moving cargo and passengers around. So a lot of flight stuff coming. KSP is all set up and ready to go, so we're going to do some Kerbal Space all the way up until Kerbal Space 2 comes out, which is going to be amazing. So I have that going on. We got going on. I've got Grounded with Cherry. It's a series that she started streaming. I don't know if we'll multi-stream it or if I'll just let her stream it, and I'm happy with that. And so we've got our Grounded stuff going on. Partnered up with her on that. So we've got Farm Sim streams that are going to be coming. Hopefully Norm will be joining me. Yeah, so I have that and a whole bunch more. So I've got a crazy yoke and crazy throttle quadrant sits next to it. I've got a set of pedals. I've got my radios to set up top. I've got all my autopilot stuff. I've got all my levers and flaps down the middle. I don't know. It's an obscene amount of equipment that I bought for Flight Sim that I've got to put together on a big console. So that's where I'm at with that. That I've just been collecting over the years. I got some stuff, traded that for other things, traded up. Yeah. I did a lot of wheeling and dealing to get what I have. And but I've got to put it all together. Right now, most of it's still sitting in boxes. It's been sitting in boxes for a couple years. Oh. I'm assuming that is my other kiddo. Dawson is SoCo. I figure it's my kid. The other one joined, I think, last night. I don't know their Twitch names. I'm a horrible father, apparently. Let's see if we can get one more. Well, we're at 49.
BNSF detector milepost 32.
BNSF detector. Where are we at? 32.0. Alright, we're coming up on Prado. We're running down triple track. We are in the middle track. We got a clear signal up ahead. And that alerter. I may have turned that alerter off. We better back off speed a little bit. So yeah, I got a ton of stuff. I've got all kinds of RPG games that I'd like to get around to. I just don't know if I ever will. And we looked at my hours on Run8. It was an obscene amount. I spend way too much time on trains. But I love trains. I like them. I've got some other train games besides the Run8 here. Single player type stuff. I've got some where you're building all the track and stuff I'd like to get into and build some local stuff. Just not enough hours in the day.
BNSF 7268 up Branch Approach 66-2 East on 2 out.
Not enough hours in the day. We're starting to work on equipment here in real life in the farm. We've got a lot we got to get ready before spring hits. We're in February. I should already have a lot of that done. March is about to hit, which is baby season for us. Baby goats, baby calves. I will stop sleeping for the month of March. So it's going to be a busy time. Alright, ooh, we're at 0.82% grade. Hill's putting the brakes on us. We're going to give her a little power. Notch 8. Coupler strength looks good. Our axles are at 159 degrees. Dim our lights. Give them a little tap tap. Bring lights back on. There's another stack train. I think he's got all JB Hunts. Train sounds amazing going by, and the new sounds are just awesome. Clear signal still. Dropping down from triple track to single track. That's how they roll. We can see if we can. Let's see if he had a. I saw Fred flashing. Yeah, that's how they roll right there. Yeah, actually I just supposed to look, make sure I didn't see any sparks, make sure that he had a Fred hanging on the rear. And then I'd usually call and tell him. If it was a player, I would have cared more, but it's just a AI train. Normally the conductor does a lot of that. You know, he can get up. That kind of lets me focus on making sure that we're doing right.
Cajon 2 tread to 1 out.
We're in notch 8. Climbing the hill. 50 mile an hour. We only got a 0.3 positive grade. This train really could have used a little more power on it. It's only 2.9 for a Z9. I think I would have liked to have seen this train up in a 3 point something. Probably one more unit on the head end. I think we've only got 4. I would have put 5 on the head end if I'd have been building it. Give her a little more zip. That way I could do 50 mile an hour up this hill instead of struggling at 40. This train needs to be rolling. Yeah, for Z9, I like to really get them over 3.0 HPT. So a 5th unit would have been good. And then cut the dynamic brakes out. So I won't make it to Chicago. Our map goes from LA to Seligman, Arizona. Oh, I'll finish that story in a minute. Combative Soup. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Combative Soup to the stream. Ah, that's okay. That's the boy. All right. Welcome, welcome. Hey, thanks, bud. Yeah, we run from Seligman or LA, California. Our furthest west piece is what is known as the Alameda Corridor. And it's down in LA. Once you go past that, you it kind of turns south, and it turns down, goes past a place called Watson Yard and LA Harbor. This is the West Corona Metro link. All right. But so Alameda Corridor is what we call end of map for us. You run into it, and you kind of stop, and it runs. If it's an AI train, it runs off the track and disappears into Never Never Land. If it's us, we run up to the edge of track, stop, and that's where we delete our train and simulate that the train kept going. That's if you're going west.
All right, so we think we have this figured out.
We're traveling east right now,
All
so
right.
we're going from LA to Chicago.
7241 Cajon stuff coming over.
This train would run what they call the Transcon,
Linked up, air test. We're gonna get a 30 on the main hour.
which is the BNSF Transcon. The southern runs from California
I got one coming up
all the
hill
way
there,
over
so
to like Texas,
looking out
and
for
I think it eventually comes up towards Kansas City. And
BNSF 8182.
I have a big map that lays all that out, so that I kind of have routing.
That's
But
81, 82.
for the
West.
sim,
Sounds good. Thank
we
you very much.
have, like I said, from LA, and I'll go to Seligman, Arizona. LA to Seligman is probably 16, 18 hours of sitting here at the sim.
Hey Matt, just an FYI, the NS motor ran out of fuel too.
So
fun.
That's if you're hauling butt and you don't get stopped by anything.
You gonna make it?
What's that?
Like I said, I will
make it up the
run
hill, right?
for it's
Slowly but
9:30.
surely.
I'll probably run another
Hey, David,
two
did
and a
you
half
knock the
hours.
handbrakes off?
I'll try
No, but I just saw it
I'll
showed
try
you
to
were
think
just the
about where I'm
handbrakes.
at and find a siding. And I'll pull this train
gonna
over and I'll
wait till
park
we're
it,
ready to go?
and then it will be ready on our website.
I just knocked it off. Now I got 15 pounds set on this thing. So
All right, so we've
it
got
ain't
to.
rolling.
I got to pay attention for a minute. I'll tell my story in a minute.
So for the
When
helper
I do an apply and
unit,
release.
So we got a flash
I
and
won't be
yellow
here
over
when
red.
you
We
guys
have an
get up the
approach
hill, so,
medium. Oh, this went
the
clear. Okay, never mind.
correct procedure, I guess, would be to run it light power back down to San Bernardino if you have time.
I
If
didn't
not,
call it out.
if you could, back down in that little pocket track up at the top of the hill at Summit, and just put in the work orders that needs to go light back to San Bernardino to the pocket track.
Okay.
But
copy that.
I will
Matt, you're telling me
probably.
you're going to bed?
Yeah, I got class early in the morning.
Yeah,
at
we're
6.
losing our dispatcher
What do you
here
got to
pretty
study
soon.
for? School?
Right?
I'll let them finish
Yeah,
rambling.
so,
I could mute them, but anyway. Okay, we gotta slow down a little bit. We're picking up speed.
BNSF 7268 Cajon sub over.
Yeah, there's trains. There's a whole crew of guys that all got trains in this SoCal area.
We're gonna have to get some fuel into these
Now
engines.
this is just a piece of track from, like I said, LA out to
What's you sitting at
Seligman
right now?
for
A little less
BNSF.
than probably a quarter. Stand by. Let me double check.
Slow down over there.
I'd say guesstimating 2,000.
We're going downhill, so we're on a negative grade.
Maybe
We're starting
less.
to flatten out now.
Okay, 2,000 gallons. I'll let Barstow know. Make sure they're ready for you.
Now we're going back
All
uphill.
right, Roger, thank you.
Like I said, this section of
thing
track,
down Barstow Harrison.
LA to Seligman, Arizona.
Yeah,
we'll go past
probably.
Barstow Yard, which is huge.
Okay. Probably just be one of the inspection tracks then.
Roger.
We've got guys working those yards. There's another section of track that goes from
It all
Barstow,
depends, I know it's
goes up what we call the Mojave,
kind of like a delete the train
and heads up
done
towards
kinda deal,
Bakersfield,
but,
California.
Yeah.
We go through Bakersfield, California, and we
right.
eventually end up in Fresno, California,
Is
and
anyone
heading
interested in
north
running
on
this
that.
thing if he
So
ties it
we've
down?
got all of that track. So there's more than just this piece of track that I'm on.
Roger,
There's
delete
track.
done. Arkansas
There's the
lit.
Union
We're off
Pacific
the
set
route
of
with
track
you,
that runs
Yeah,
from
yeah,
South
that's even
LA
better.
up that way. So we've got guys that are, we
Hey, David, can you hit the
crisscross
auto circuit breaker button?
and work with each other.
Roger, stand by.
Work different yards. We move all those cars out of those yards. So a lot of them are destined for, if it's a local
right,
train,
how's
it's
it look?
destined for a customer that's on this map.
Nothing changed in my end.
So
I
it
guess
has to be put on
I
a
wonder if
train. It's
just a
delivered.
my end thing. We'll see.
Now you should see stuff happening.
So because every time I try to flip
So
up the
these
engine
guys
run,
right now-
control, and dynamic brake switches, they just back down after a few seconds.
Oh, as
I'll
far
explain
as
to
those
you what
go, I
they're
don't
doing.
think those matter for you.
So here's some
Okay,
yard
cool.
work here.
In real life, they would, but.
Right.
And then is it normal not to
So that's a
see the
yard.
throttle
That's,
change
these are all
notches on the
customer
dash
cars
line
that'll go out to
for the
somebody
TP
eventually.
Or what? Okay.
BNSF 7268 59 for approach medium out.
So they
Yeah, as long as you're seeing the amp gauge load up, everything should be good.
So they're doing something that's pretty cool. We had a train running up this hill. It's actually in front of me, I believe. Hoping I'll catch him.
All right, yeah, I
Um,
got ampage.
They built the train. They set the train out. Whoever did it did not check the engines. I believe
See,
he
that's funny, I don't have
lost
amps up here.
one engine because it ran completely out of fuel. He has a second engine that is
You mean
close
when
to
you
running out
throttle
of
up,
fuel.
you don't have amps up there?
Yeah.
So he was running and lost
Well,
a ton of
that's
power.
problematic. Is your reverser in the center?
So he called the dispatcher. They sent another guy. There's another
forward.
guy on here.
That's
Grabbed
funky. Is your
2
circuit
units
breakers and
goes.
out
shit?
of a pocket and actually
Well,
took
the
that
GEs,
train
they
out to
take
him,
about 10 minutes to
connected to
load.
him.
Well,
And
what
so
I
there's
did,
a
I
guy
put
in
it-
the
I had
front
it
driving,
forward. I put it
running
back
the
to neutral,
train.
weighted,
He has
and put it
another
back and
person
forward,
that's in
that's
the
how I got it
rear
around.
that is pushing on him and is going to try
Yeah,
to push
version
him
one's
up the hill
finicky
and
like
get him
that.
to Barstow where they can
Yeah.
fuel those engines up. And that's all happening between players right now.
All right, cool. Nate,
That's
just
why
can't
they're
touch
talking
anything
so
until
much,
it's
trying to figure out how to do it. That is something that is brand new with this version
I
that we
think
did not
hitting
have
auto
before.
circuit breaker will kick your reverser back to neutral. If I remember
We're at 22.4.
Yeah. Do you got EOT continuity on your end, by the way?
We're past. That was Porphyry Yard that we went past.
Yeah, I'm showing
We're
75
at
on the rear.
May.
Sounds good. 75 on the rear is what I see as well.
Cool.
So yeah, that's something that's really new. And like I said, the guy ran out of power. I can lose the alternator. I can, like I said,
believe
when I
Krista
first started
Karsick actually
running
runs
this
with
new
man-helpers in real life around the because I know they use them around
I end
the
up
horseshoe
smoking
curve
the
still.
brakes on this
Yep.
thing because I didn't. Like it is so much harder to run
They
a train
still
now
run,
than it used to be. But it
helpers
once you get used
out
to it, it ain't
somewhere,
bad.
you know, here and there. They ran
I
with
absolutely love it. The
Israel
guys that are
Song
running
too.
real trains sit and tell me what
That's
to do.
cool.
They've taught
And
me,
Eagles
you
at,
know,
I don't know, like once a
it's
week or so.
amazing. Let's see if I can see. where
Harrison,
these
are they
guys
using the
at.
ACCs or the ACUs for the helpers?
So we're past that.
I can't remember. I know it's one of the two.
We're right
I want to
here.
say the ACUs.
That may be. They may be right here.
The one time I went to the curve, I saw it was a -9 rebuild for the C6M that was rebuilt. That it was finished that day, at brand
There's
new.
a lot of traffic in front of me. I don't know exactly where they're at. Yep.
BNSF 7268. High ball signal eastbound. Here we go.
We've lost our dispatcher.
Y'all
He's,
see that the new Amtrak engine hit a car already?
Yeah.
Well, there'll be a lot of talking now.
I didn't
He's
take
got
long at all.
class in the morning. He is. He worked out
Harrison,
here
for
in
as screwy as Cajon was when you were
Arizona.
coming through there, you had a pretty darn good run up the hill.
Worked for BNSF, which is the same company, the
Say
train
again,
that I'm
Matt?
in.
I said
He
for as
just
messed up
recently
as
got
Cajon was
picked
earlier,
up
you had a pretty darn good run. I don't think you
as an
stopped once.
Amtrak employee.
Yeah, you're right. I
So
didn't
he's
really
out
have to
in
stop. I
Washington
almost
D.C.
did
right
there at
now,
Baseline.
going through his training to run Amtrak, and then we'll relocate back
So
to Colorado.
that guy getting in the clear for the helper.
Wonderful young man, got a family, you know, knows, he's actually one of the admins, server admins for Depot Plus, but wonderful individual, knows his stuff, smart, he got a big future ahead of him. Whistleboard.
David, you want to do it a plan to release?
So when you're coming up to a crossing, like I said, you would do 2 long.
Might roll down the
I
hill
just
if you
did.
do that.
1 short.
Well, I've already done that once.
And a long. Then you make a crossing. Let cars
And on stream, apparently.
2 short, 2 long, 1 short, 1 long. 4 blows of your whistle as you go onto a crossing. If you do it right, that last long is right as you're going into the crossing. So I just passed the whistle board. There's 1. There's 2. Hello, Mr. Speedy. Here's my short. And my final long. I tried doing shout-outs earlier, Speedy, and I failed, so I got to work on my shout-out buttons. I had one type of shout-out for Norm that worked, and then I had a different type of shout-out for you and Cherry that did not work. So, oh well. Oh, I don't have a dispatcher. I got to look at my signals now. Let's see, where am I good to? Will do. You'll have to walk me through that. I started delving into some of the Streamlabs chatbot stuff today. There's a lot there.
All right, guys, I gotta get out of here. Here's what's going on. Harrison, if you wouldn't mind, keeping an eye on Amtrak. After he clears Martinez, can you just let that unit train out behind him?
Yep.
Then you guys should be good to go there. And Amtrak can just follow this thing on Albert Needles. That'll be fine. And then guys that are doing the helper units, if you don't mind, after you guys cross over there at Vertimont, the main one, just get everything back behind you, if you don't mind.
Copy that, sir.
Cool. Everything should be good.
Mix
you guys
it
have
up.
a glorious
I'll have to
rest of
look
your
that
evening.
up.
Luck.
We will. We'll try not to break anything else.
See you, Matt.
Thanks for dispatching, Matt.
Yeah, see you, Matt.
Thanks, Matt.
Matt.
Yeah.
Have good school.
Later, Matt.
Thanks.
See you, Matt.
User left your channel.
Now we can really party.
Do you want me to cut out in front of this train?
If anybody feels dispatchery, you feel free to route me around or move me. I'm in a Z9, so I'm streaming. So
Cajon?
Dispatchery, is that a verb?
yeah, it's a technical term. It's official.
It's an adverb, right?
Oh yeah, adverb.
Couldn't tell you what a fucking adverb was, to be honest with you.
Language.
Oh, sorry.
Not for stream, but for Depot Plus.
Couldn't tell you what a flippin' adverb was.
There you go. Let's see. I missed that. I missed that one out bad. Wasn't paying attention. But we got it done. I was writing down mix it up, and I wasn't paying attention. I got my little dry erase board here. All right, where are we at? We're at 42 or notch 7. Let's go ahead and kick that up to notch 8.
Markham's all alone on the A-line.
As it was before.
It was nice to have all the people on there while it lasted.
Once the Fitz comes, it'll be same
it'd be
again.
crazy.
Oh, I bet.
And we'll set up some nights to go back over there. Maybe have some events, some sessions.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
no, I just have a dry erase board in general.
I'm all
It'd be
for
cool
it.
if we could set up like an old-fashioned like
Small
Conrail
one
session or
that I
something
keep.
Like
I really got it when I was flying because I would call out to their traffic controller and they'd be like, all right, you're clear to do this. You're going to go down taxiway Alpha. Come on up, take taxiway Bravo, then to Sierra 1. I was like, so I'm sitting there, I have that board, as like most pilots do. They'll have them taking notes.
He's local to Barstow
And then you
Yardmaster.
call all that back out. And so
He's local.
when I was flying, I got this
All the
little
Cadiz
board that I
cars
could jot that stuff
front,
down so that I could
there
call that
are
back
two,
out.
helpers
And
on
then when
the
I
rear.
started farming, so I've got across the top section of it, I've got the fields that I have control over. So it's got my farm information
Copy
on
that.
it.
How long are you?
When I'm doing train stuff, I may jot some little stuff notes on it. And right now for the stream stuff, I've been jotting
8,645.
down little things that I want to look up or work on. So I have a dry erase board for just general use.
Copy that. Looks like we're probably gonna have to split you between a couple of tracks.
Okay.
So I'll have you go ahead and pull all the way through on R3. And when you get your back end all the way onto R3, just pull forward a little further, and then we'll back you into R4.
Okay.
Speedy, I don't know if Josh is at the ER with his dad. I do not know what's going on exactly yet.
David, that train passed you yet?
The head end's still going by.
We're sending good thoughts and prayers to Josh
And even
tonight.
then, that blue signal is so close. We're going to wait for a yellow.
Hopefully everything is okay with his pops. Yeah. So I know nothing other than what I've told you. Yeah. I got out and worked quite a
Will
bit
you be
today.
able to grab the hand there? Because I don't want to risk hopping out while we're moving or anything.
I felt
Yeah, I'll do that.
I run out of energy quick, but
Okay.
all in all, I still got pretty good cough, but I'm doing better. I've been able to, I've streamed 2 nights in a row, so I can't be that sick. So. Yeah, what's board? Alright, we've got a flashing yellow. It's going to be an approach medium. Alright, where are we? That's us there. So I think we're just flashing because this train is in front of us. Oh. It's one thing I hate about dispatching yourself. Because you spend time looking at that dispatch screen instead of running the train.
I was taking control of this train an hour and a half ago, and I still haven't left the siding.
Normally, again, I would have if we didn't have a
left the
dispatcher,
siding,
my
but you just
conductor would
came
be
up.
on.
Yeah, full motor.
He
and
would
a
do
half.
that, which would just let me run the train. So we got a flashing yellow, which means approach medium.
It's the classic hurry up and wait game.
Story of my life.
Throttle down a little bit. Alright, so that was... It'd be in 13.1. Let's see if it tells me where I'm at. Yeah, coming in Riverside. BNSF 8249, approach medium, West Riverside. So we gotta slow down. Approach medium tells us proceed past the next signal, not exceeding 40 mile an hour, which we're at 44, so we're gonna start bringing her down. Prepare to advance on diverging route at next signal at prescribed speed through the turnout. So we've got to slow down and try to keep her at about 40. Because we're going to basically get routed over probably to another main. So we don't want to be going through that crossover too fast. Will cause issues. So we want to get her down about 40 mile an hour. Try to hold her there. So on my other screens, I have my charts. I have my map for one, which I have to look at my markers and kind of track where I'm at so that I have situational awareness. And I've got my signal chart that I look over at to make sure that I know what signal I'm looking at. Typically, you know, greens are going to be your clears. You can't have yellow over green, you know, green over, or pretty much, I guess you can have a red over clear, a red over green, so it'd be a diverging clear. Tons of signals, different variations of those signals, learning those. Dim our lights here. Another AI player, turn my lights back on. Another stack train, that's an international, those are international cars. Going to China. Cherry thinks we're way too close to that train right now. There we go. Now he's way over there. There we go. He got room. Alright, we got yellow, solid yellow over red. Which is going to be an approach. I don't think that's my signal. BNSF 8249, approach West Riverside. Let's see if we can see what's going on. It's mainly because this trainer right here. So we're green lighted all through here, but because we're pushing
All right,
up
now
on
we
this
got clear
train,
signal switch line. You ready?
Well, let's rock and roll.
where we're pushing up,
All right, we're running that.
pushing up behind another train, we're outrunning the crap out of him, so we're gonna be on his butt.
Or 5 on the rear. I'll be 4 on the head.
I'm
end,
hoping one of the guys will
listen to
jump
me,
in
I'll tell
and
you
maybe
when to
route
notch
me
up.
around him.
Who's
which would
bringing
be
the
nice.
one bar in?
Okay.
Makes your gas station sim easy.
All right, Nate, let's go 1.
1.
Get up 2.
2.
Let's go 3.
3.
You moving?
Oh, we got clear signal.
The wrong way.
I think that's my signal.
Oh, that's not good. Go 4. Damn.
I do believe the train has broken.
I believe that is 8.3.
Let's try leading with the NS unit.
Look at the marker on the signal.
No, I think that one was my fault.
What'd you do?
Clear signal.
I think I kicked off the air a little too soon.
You kicked off the air before we were notched up.
I kicked off the air when I was in 2 up here.
Alright, we're gonna bring her up to notch 8. Maybe not notch 8.
Don't worry, the brake's up here, so.
Try notch 6 and see where we land.
Let me know when I can grab it again.
My bad, dude. I hope you got all night.
I got some time, yeah. We might make it out of the siding tonight.
We're doing 40.
Once we get out of the siding,
43.
Not for nothing.
Hey, Bartlett?
Yeah?
You're in the wrong yard. We need you to back up a bit. You somehow got into inspection.
Yeah, I was noticing that.
David, it's all relinquished. You're good to cut. Bull.
Roger.
Give me one more. Half.
That's an industry right there. It's got these box cars, so somebody's delivered those out here. Oh, got a train.
That'll do.
That's a bare table train. So
did a couple on your
what
end?
these are, this is like
No,
what
I
I
still
have,
got
the
behind.
stacks go on these. These are called bare tables.
Yeah, give it a bump.
That's what these containers sit on.
There we go.
There we go.
We have a
Set
Barstool
in
Yard
the center.
Master?
We do.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
These are probably heading down to the yard that I was on. They'll take
Let me
these
know when you're
bare
F7
tables
and
down
F5
there,
and all that.
and they'll put containers
Yeah,
on
F7,
them.
F5, we're all good.
And that train will go back out to Chicago or somewhere. And it'll be a train for somebody to tomorrow. Yeah, 45.
It's not set as lead DPU.
One crossing.
Alright, stand by.
Alright, we got this
All right, try
siding
now.
here. Trying to get my bearings.
Beautiful.
There it goes.
Take 2.
We're like 5.
I think where it's coming up at San Juancito.
Knock off those brakes.
Yeah, F5's
Should
off.
be a track
I
on our right here.
work it
pretty
up to
soon
notch 5. Notch up in like 4-second increments.
that we can't go on, but we'll just see the end
Okay,
of it.
just tell me when.
So what?
Let's start it.
You mean like how fast could it go if I just didn't pay attention to speeds and I just let her go all the way? Dangerously fast. Yeah, that's San Juancito.
Are you in 5?
Almost.
Okay.
We could get her, you know, dangerously up into over 100 mile an hour probably. And depending on whether I'm
believe I'm
uphill
in
or
5.
downhill.
I can't see the notch numbers, so I counted though.
Okay.
Sure sounds like it.
BNSF 7312, Barstow Yardmaster.
Hold on though, it's not showing any.
Could be
amps.
the end of my my time here on Depot Plus if I did that.
Yeah, this is the H-Watt Bar 1. Total
this
length
train
is 6306.
is authorized to go
crossing
up to
over Linwood
70 mile an hour in a 70 mile an hour zone. Everything that we've been in since we've left
wanna give it a
Hobart
shot?
is a 50
I'm in
mile an
notch
hour
5.
zone.
Alright, kicking it off.
Copy that. Got you lined into R8.
That's detector 6.0.
Temperature 65 degrees.
I'm gonna let this flow get down. Start kicking off the independent.
So we just left East
Showing
Riverside.
90 on my end.
Everybody's familiar with Riverside, California.
Roger, I need that
so
flow
that's
to be
what
below
we went
60.
through.
Of course.
Notch it up.
We've got a signal coming up. That's our 5.2 signal.
Problematic.
Clear signal.
Yeah, I see your.
All right.
There it goes. It broke again.
I gotta change maps.
What the flying fuck happened?
That's so weird.
Those guys are struggling. They're on the struggle
Sorry,
bus.
language.
They are struggling.
BNSF Yardmaster, Barstow Yardmaster to the Cadiz local.
If we get there tonight, we'll stop at Barstow.
Yeah,
One of the
you're
things
gonna
that
be
we have to
able
do is
to,
refuel
reverse. I've got
when we
you
get to Barstow.
cleared. The signal behind you, be able to reverse. We get you back in the
So
right
we'll have to
switch.
pull into the yard there and refuel
I'm having.
before we
I'm,
take on out. There's a train coming at us.
getting a coupler angle, and I can't find the car.
Nate, drop down one with me.
Dropping down.
Left your channel. User left your channel.
So apparently we hit
Alright,
40 mile an
Bartlett's the
hour.
first switch right behind you.
Turn that
At
down.
the end of the inspection yard.
So we dim our lights and yeah. Josh, when he was driving truck, got to come out here and see a lot of these yards that we play in, and got to be pretty close to them, which was not. He really thought was nice. All right, so we're coming up on this is the West Colton crossovers. There's actually going to be a section of track that's going to go completely perpendicular. It's called Colton's Crossing. It's Union Pacific's trackage that goes to their yard. This is one of those areas where, like I said, our track's running one way, their track's running the other. Well, I am speeding. We're going to add a little brake. We're on almost 1% grade. It should slow us down pretty quick. Speed limit's 40 though. Bringing her down to, I'm gonna bail her off. Let my air build back up. We'll drop her in about notch 5. Turn that bell off. Alright, yellow over red. Flashing yellow over red. Approach medium. BNSF 8249, approach medium, Colton Crossing. As you can see here, here's the track that crosses. So this is Union Pacific's tracks right here. This is the Colton Crossing part. There's actually, if it was daylight, you could see it. There's a yard right there. There's trains and stuff. And then the other way goes up to their big yard, their West Colton yard. That's where all their big trains are being built for this area. We're going to roll down through here about 40 mile an hour. We may have to stop at the next light. Slowed her down pretty good. There's some industry right there. So we're going to be rolling into San Bernardino here in just a second. You're going to see all kinds of good stuff. There's the General Motors Auto Facility plant's going to be on our right. We'll have quite a bit of stuff there. We've got the BNSF East Yard for San Bernardino.
BNSF 7312, approach medium, Jewel. Main one.
Hey, is there a bug where you can't throw hand throw switches?
If there's a signal lined in that block, yes.
Ah.
BNSF 8249, approach medium, CP Rana.
Yeah, you would have to take the signal down in that block that you're in, and then you'll be able to throw it in.
Approach. Actually an approach thing. I call it approach medium, but it wasn't flashing. So we need to be prepared to stop at our next signal. So let me see, that signal there was at CP Rana. We don't have another signal for a little while. Should be okay. Maybe it'll clear up by the time we get there. We're in a 30 mile an hour, so we're doing good. We're right there at the speed limit. It changes to 30 mile an hour through this whole San Bernardino area. There's the yard lead. That's going into the General Motors plant over here on my right. There's where they used to unload the vehicles and stuff out of the auto racks, where they parked the cars. There's a few auto rack cars. They got some grain hoppers on this side. This is the B yard over here, so they've got some grain car loading sections. And over here they've got auto racks where they're unloading or loading. I don't know if they're which they're doing. I think they're unloading these cars here. These are automotives that are being brought into Southern California and being pulled out here. Of course, this is the auto facility, so maybe they're creating them here. I don't know. I forget. Those are auto racks, grain cars. Some tanker cars. There's a train that a grain train that's probably going to roll out of here up to Barstow. as the probably the switchers for these auto racks. Gotcha. Oh yeah, up Michigan for sure. Yeah, we'll drop her down a couple notches. Oh shit, is that my signal?
BNSF 7312, approach restricting.
I didn't think that little pop signal was mine on the ground. Alright, where are we at? I blew my signal. Not good, but it'll be alright. I didn't blow it by much. Relax, I didn't hit nothing. Where are we at? I believe we're behind this train right here. Ooh, why is that train sitting stopped?
Anybody else getting a client's train has an integrity problem message?
Nope.
Nope.
It's the Cadiz.
Okay, make sure you get a good save of that quick.
Somebody did not line that up, which is what's clogging this up right here. Somebody knocked all these signals down.
Probably need help getting that straightened out.
Yeah, because I have it stretched the air pipe, so every time I try and reset the air, it will move, the air pipe will break, and the brakes will go back on.
I don't have a dispatcher to coordinate with that train,
it
so
up
we're
in
just
the
gonna
heading,
roll forward slow.
by setting it to emergency to try and do it that
I'm already
way,
in that block, so I've already
and
tripped
nothing
that
seems to
signal.
happen.
So I just have to roll slow to the next signal.
Go ahead and relinquish. I'll see what I can do.
And have to be ready to stop if I have to. Somebody had turned those signals off.
Relinquished.
Which was causing that train to stop in front of me. I guess in real life I'd have been in trouble had I blown that signal. Right here in the curve. So that, nothing happened, but yeah. Brakes off. Whew. Yeah, we got our axles hot.
There was
I ain't smoking though.
A unit alarm on this one as well.
Yeah, all the lead locomotives are low on fuel.
Guess I need to check my fuel. That one's good. So what's happening with the fuel? We just converted from V2 to V3 of the Run8, and as the guys were spawning everything in to make our server, our new server, look like our old server, which matches our website, which tells you where everything is and where everything's going. They were spawning all these engines in, and I don't think they looked at the fuel when they spawned them in. So I think a lot of these engines got spawned in out in the world already, and they were low or super low on fuel. The fuel amounts did not match what the fuel amounts were in V2, so a lot of these guys are having fuel issues. Once those engines cycle back through the main yards and get refueled, everything will be right with the world again. But right now we're struggling because all these things are, it takes hours to get them back to the yard. So they got to finish the job that they're on out there. So dealing with all these engines that don't have fuel. This train had been built down in Hobart, and may even got built today, and it probably went through the fuel pad and it was full. That's why I've not had that issue. Now, those guys should have inspected, and I failed to look at my fuel. I looked at everything but my fuel on mine whenever I picked it up. But yeah, those guys should be looking to know what their fuel levels are before they take off. These axles are hot. Alright, that is our signal. We do have a stop signal. So we will pull up to that one and stop and wait. So we were good. I don't know why we had a stop signal on back there on that little I forget what they call these little guys. I said it a while ago. I don't know. There was no, this block was clear. There was no reason for us to have a stop signal back there. I don't understand it. I blew past it, but now I'll stop at this one. And we'll be waiting. I might do some creative routing. So here's us. This train right here. Oh, somebody's... So, what we're going to do... I'm going to use those crossovers. Drop that down. Brought to a stop. Okay, that's us. We're gonna do that. We're gonna drop down. We're gonna pass this train as soon as it lets me. I believe this is the struggle train right here. I may come around him. There's nothing coming at us. Somebody lit that signal up. There we go.
Somebody dispatching in the Cajon sub.
I was routing myself around a train that was stopped in front of me.
Are you a Z train? Are you the
I-
Z train, John?
I am.
Because I'm already on main 2 with
Oh,
the Barlack.
Oh, okay. It looked like you were going the other way.
I'm coming at you, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, let me stop that. I do not like this new F3 screen. I can't see what way stuff's going. So, before it showed your thing like you were heading the other way.
Yeah, we're missing a lot of info.
7312 Barstow Yardmaster, over.
Barstow Yardmaster, go ahead.
Yeah, you want me to shut down these units or leave them running?
Go ahead and leave them running. I'll go ahead and pull them off in a little bit.
Roger that.
Alright. Okay.
I'll get by you real quick here.
Yeah, you're fine. So you were over on main 1. I thought that train was... I didn't know what that train was doing.
It was in the dark hole. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, is there two?
Yes.
Is there 2 trains behind you that are westbound trains?
Approach medium
I'm
21
not
2
sure.
east on 2.
Sorry, Harrison. Go ahead.
Approach medium 21 2 east on 2 72 68 east.
But see, the train in front of me shows it's a westbound train, but it's going east. So I don't understand what that's all about.
Yeah, it's Clovis, so it is eastbound. Or is that the one that I'm passing now?
Yeah.
He's eastbound for sure.
Right, and the dispatch train shows that as a westbound train. And the 2 trains in front of it are showing as westbound trains, but I think they're traveling east.
User joined your channel. User joined your channel.
So, shocker, we haven't moved yet.
Where are you guys at?
Oh no, siding main 2.
I can set the train up if you want. I've done the helpers before.
Please. Because we've broken like 10 times now.
Time to send a relief crew out.
This is the relief crew.
The
Time to
backup
relieve
relief.
the relief crew.
Yeah.
So once TJ comes by, I'm gonna hop over, come around this other train. I'll hop back over and then come around you guys, hopefully.
Alright, Nate, which unit did you want to control?
I really don't care. Whichever one you want to set up as.
I'll do that lead
Actually-
-9.
Yeah.
BNSF 7268 approach
So
medium.
this is an actual
18
player
T
that's coming at me now.
Storm
This is TJ. He was the one that I didn't realize he was coming at me because it, like I said, it wasn't showing up right.
How many
Yes.
HPTs does it say you have, David?
Before we pulled it was showing 3-3, which should be more than plenty to get this thing going.
Yeah, there's plenty of beans.
The big issue of this train is a big train. I mean, it's 11,000 ton train. They don't run 11,000 ton trains up Cajon.
I thought you said it was a 1,000 ton train.
Oh no! If we were having this issue with a 1,000 ton train, then there's a lot more that we need to be worried about.
If the Southern Pacific could do this with GP40s and SD40s, we can do this with road engines.
Okay, I got 9657 will be the control unit in the back.
So.
Okay. Am I good to grab it then?
I don't know. Those guys that are broken, I think, are somewhere right in here. They said they're at Ono. Yeah, they're at Ono. So the struggle bus is somewhere right in here, around that pink. I'm not 100% sure.
All right,
exactly.
David, you ready?
Once TJ goes by, I'm gonna drop
ready
down.
I'll ever be.
I'm gonna run up. I'm gonna run up and try to get around these guys, and
That's good
run
enough
out
fun.
of their life at some point. I do not want to be behind them.
Notch 1.
Give me 2.
2.
Sorry about that mix-up, TJ.
Oh, my bad. I knew you had one of those, but man, you made good time for the
3.
San Bernardino, bud.
BNSF 7268 approach medium to Hodge, east on 2.
Me 4 on the rear.
4.
See, I thought you were an AI train, Jack.
Oh, no. Well,
Me 5.
you know, obviously the player trains have they're that creamy color or an orange, you know, that kind of the orange or the cream, I guess. I don't know. I guess.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm at 1,200 amps back here.
What notch?
5. One of those.
So I'm supposed to be looking at his train instead of looking at that. Got 2 KCS on the rear. TJ, you look good on roll by.
It's gonna break.
Alright,
You too, bud. You look good on the road. By safe trip up the hill.
too much. If I can get around some
What's gonna
folks.
break?
It looks like it's gonna break.
Alright,
Go up a notch.
I'm moving forward.
we're gonna do that.
BNSF
Moving in the right
7268
direction for a second
east
there.
on 1, east on 2 approach Hodge out.
Alright, let's get this
Moving
bad
forward
boy
ever so
going.
slightly.
Still going forward.
Looks like a train.
Yeah.
You want to make sure that you don't see sparks, you don't see any problems. I didn't see any smoke. I saw lights on the rear.
Still
all that
going
type of
forward.
stuff.
What's your speed?
All right, come on, brakes.
5.
Cool.
Well, we sat here long enough and let our
Let's
axles
not
cool
touch
down a little
anything.
bit, which is nice. See, our compressor just kicked in, so we're generating air.
I meant
Like the realism is so good. So good.
I'm at like 1,600 amps.
Yeah,
Oh.
don't touch anything.
Nothing will be touched.
Come on, let's go. The brakes are not releasing. We got the RPM spinning. We're creeping now. We're moving. RPM's up. End of the train's moving. And we're good, so everything's been released.
Paul, you saved the day.
Alright.
So we definitely did something wrong on the setup then.
Yeah.
Paul, what did you do differently?
That was me.
Oh, sorry. What did you do differently?
I think it is still set up as just a regular DPU in the back.
No, I don't have any. I don't have
okay.
any B consist or anything up here.
Is
Well,
it showing
yeah.
that you have anything on your screens?
It should.
I just have an.
now.
I just have an A consist, no B consist.
Ah,
That's it then.
yeah, there we go. Sorry for the screen flippies.
But yeah, if you get a chance, look at the configuration. You know, click on the
So we
the
have-
lead engine that he's controlling in the back, and look at the the configuration.
I've got Train Sim World 2. Norm, if you ever want to do
Because
some
you
stuff,
still set it
we
as
can
a
put
DPU,
some screens
and then
up.
another
I'm
option
happy
under
to
DPU is
teach.
switch between DPU and helper.
Happy to introduce
Okay.
you. If you ever just want to train nerd out, I can
BNSF
bring you around some guys.
7268 East 2
Telling you what,
track
Norm, if
approach
you like running trains and you like logistics, me and Joss will teach you up and bring you into Depot Plus. Dude, we absolutely
David,
love
what's
it
our
here.
limit through the siding?
Love it, love it, love it.
15.
I was
Okay.
really intimidated.
Yeah,
We've got
no,
a public server
It's going to be a slow climb up
that
the
you
hill.
can play on and learn to run trains with. But then eventually you want
Or
to
at least till we
apply
get out
for
of
the
the siding.
Plus. I was super intimidated coming into
I'm
this.
pushing 1800 amps.
Now that I've learned it,
Jeez, why is it so
absolutely, I don't understand how I didn't play this on this server for years and years and years. The guys here are amazing. Like I said, a lot of them are real train operators.
Dash 9's
absolutely
going to
love this
blow up
place.
halfway up the hill.
Don't say that. We're gonna be like CN and send a cylinder through
All right,
somebody's
so we're gonna
house.
cross over. They're gonna roll up that way,
It
hopefully.
wasn't a cylinder. It was like a. It was a crankshaft. I
I'm
think.
gonna cross back over.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Hopefully, I can pass them. Here's the train that's in front of me that's stopped. He's an AI train, so I'm gonna make him sit there. He is
Yeah, and
lower
be aware
priority
if
than
you're
I
in
am.
if you're in the helper engine and you hop out for any reason, when you hop back in, it'll notch down and you'll have to notch it back up. If I remember right.
I will not be hopping out.
Yeah, I had the whole Train Simulator 2022. I've got that. I've got a bunch of routes for
You
all
showing
that
like
that I
11
wanna
on your
play.
end? 11 miles an hour, David?
Yeah, we're at 24 mile
Yeah,
an
I'm
hour.
on 11.
Notch 3.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'll clean that up in a minute. Alright. So this is me right here, this little orange guy. We're
Yeah,
gonna-
hopefully at some point they can make the helper thing more seamless.
There were certainly some
Notch
scenes
2.
there.
But yeah, I had Train Sim World. Did a little bit with it, not as much as I wanted to do. And we've got a yellow over green. Should be
I've
advanced
been on
approach.
duty as a helper for almost 2 hours.
Jeez.
Sorry, what did you say, David?
What's your amperage now?
15 going up a little bit.
Still in 6?
BNSF 8249, advanced approach,
Oh, no, I'm
CP
at
7th
8.
Street.
Alright, cool.
BNSF 7268 approach on the immediate to Linwood, east on 2.
You guys gonna try to roll main 2 for as long as you can?
I'd like to cross over here at Keenbrook or Cajon. You coming up behind us?
Yeah,
Yeah, dude, run around us.
I'm trying. I gotta get going. I mean, I'm doing speed limit. I just need some speed.
I'd really prefer not to stop.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out a way if we could work that out. Yeah, I didn't want to stop you either. I'm gonna.
Let's, we'll cross back over at Cajon. You should beat us by then.
Okay.
Break. BNSF 7268 Barstow Yard, over.
Barstow Yard, go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, sir. BNSF 7268.
We're gonna speed a little
We have
bit.
the officer car special, Deadhead, coming to your yard. We need to be
Get
lined
around
in
these guys.
inspection for refuel, over.
Copy that. We'll go ahead and get you lined into inspection.
We got a red over green.
Right, that in for inspection 1. Thank you, sir. We'll see in about 5 minutes. We're falling behind
Should be
one.
diverging clear, which means we're clear, but we're going to be
Copy that.
switching
Take a stand in
tracks,
front of
which
you.
is right here on this crossover.
Roger that. Thank
This
you.
is that train that we stopped. He doesn't like me very much right now. Alright, so let's start cleaning this up behind us. Okay, so then this would go like that. This would go like that. Okay. As I was saying, it's not been updated to V3, but we have another program that we call External Dispatcher that I usually run on another screen that lets me play with the switches. I can see what's going on when I have to dispatch myself. If I've got Matt or a dispatcher online, I don't care about none of that. I just run the train and they handle it. But when we're by ourselves, we have to dispatch ourselves. This F3 screen,
what's your amps now?
I hate this thing. It looks horrible.
Say again?
Our external dispatcher
your
screen
amps
is
now?
so much better.
Round
Come on,
13,
baby, let's go.
14.
133 on the Knuckles.
That's about all we're gonna get out of this thing.
What'd you say?
I said this is about all we're gonna get out of this thing is about 14, 15 miles an hour.
Oh, I do
Oh, yeah.
not want to follow him up the hill then. So we're
BNSF 7268
we're at what we call
restricting
baseline. We're at the
limo
bottom of the hill.
2 to 2.
We are fixing to start climbing the mountain. That is known as baseline to summit. Big grade. If you go back to if you ever look at some videos, 1989 Southern Pacific was bringing a train down. This was over on the UP side, but in this area, and they got a runaway train.
He's local to Barstow Yardmaster.
And had a big crash.
Yardmaster,
Killed
go
some
ahead,
people.
please.
Killed some people on the train.
All our lead locomotives
all
are
that
out of
ended.
fuel.
Oh my God, they're out of fuel.
What is going on with the BNSF mechanical team, man?
So you guys know you realize what's happening, right? So I'm assuming when they spawned all this stuff in, the guys did not make sure that the fuel matched what was on V2 to V3. So they brought in a bunch of engines that are seriously low on fuel. And so they have...
Also, apparently, whenever you relinquish it, it loses fuel.
And
Yeah,
there
it
is that
sucks it
too.
up.
Yeah.
Like 25% of the fuel gets taken away at the
So
relinquishing.
if you've had to mess with that train or other people have clicked on it, you've sucked it dry.
Oh, I didn't know about that bug.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
We're clear of the switch, David.
What bug is it again?
Roger, go line it.
When you relinquish a train, it takes fuel out of it.
That's not
It's a bug or on
typical.
purpose?
All right, so we're
I
crossing
highly
over.
doubt that's on purpose.
No, I think it's definitely a bug.
Alright, Cadiz local. This is the BNSF Yardmaster. I'm gonna go ahead and pull some power out of the old yard for you, and we'll back down to your helpers, and then you will attach and give you some extra power so you can finish getting this moved in.
Okay.
Just an FYI, you can refuel anywhere right now.
Or why don't we just do that for right now, since this is a not prototypical problem?
That works too.
Just
Yeah.
send out a field truck, right?
Exactly. So, fun story. In real life, I got called on the San Diego Clovis vehicle train, and it almost always gets fueled in Barstow.
All right, we're
a long trip from San Diego
brakes
to
are
Barstow.
off. We're at notch
Train
8.
master told me get on and go. Okay.
We're
So we get
struggling
on,
to
we
get
take
30
off.
mile an hour.
Coming through Amboy, dispatcher called us. Hey, Barstow forgot to fuel you. You don't have enough fuel to make it all the way to Winslow. We had enough.
We're here. Here's the struggle bus
but
right
they weren't
here.
going to make it to Winslow, so
We
had
gotta
to stop
catch
and get a fuel
them.
truck out to us.
Jesus.
So yeah, this is a pretty
See,
realistic
it's
game,
not,
guys.
it's not showing my train.
And you said they still use helpers here?
Yeah, they do.
See you guys.
See ya.
Later.
See ya.
Disconnected from your
Night.
channel.
I'm just not touching anything. The sander, I'm just leaving it on.
Oh, Joe, you can probably turn that off. We're chilling now. This is all we got.
We're vibing. A whopping 16 miles an hour.
Yes, sir.
You got trip optimizer on up there?
No, sir. Manual today.
Thank God.
And I think in real life, Chio doesn't work with helpers.
See, trip
Alright.
optimizer doesn't like things up its ass, but we don't like it either.
We're gonna let that train go. It'll come up behind us now. That track's straight. Oh, shut up, alerter. You're right there, Verdemonte. Alright. Pulling about 5,600 amps. Those axles are getting hot again. Why? We're bailed off. We got no brakes on.
Is your new lead unit the 7278?
Yes, it is. I was just about to update the OC and everything.
Sounds good.
We've got about 10 miles to try to catch them. We're not going that fast.
BNSF 7268 two-track approach, dual lap.
That's our train. Yeah, we're not really going fast enough. This train needs more power. Let's see who built this train. Mark White. We're actually supposed to have just looked at the information that was supposed to be cut out.
I'm sure that officer special would look cool if it actually bought all the Amtrak cars.
Hey David, did you see the video of the dragging equipment that went through Fullerton?
What was that, Dave?
There was a video from Saturday night of dragging equipment going through Fullerton.
Oh yeah, I saw that. It looked like something off of those flat cars.
Yeah, I was there.
Was it just hitting the side of the platform, or was it actually sticking out?
It was hitting the side of the platform, making sparks.
Wow.
Then there was another one later that night, and we think it was in between the cars.
Like a chain or something?
Yeah, and I think both of them were Nicklax.
Oh, this train is log,
Wonderful.
Destination Log Park, Kansas City is where this train's headed.
BNSF 7268, Divergent Approach, West D yard out.
So I guess is this a new feature in V3 that the detectors now report back to the OC and let them know when we're speeding?
Yeah.
Yep. It gives down all that information.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, if you look on your train dashboard, if you go over a detector or an AEI.
Yeah, I happened to look. I was like, luckily I wasn't going. I was only going a couple over on most of them, but.
You right?
Some things become too realistic.
Oh shoot, I forgot it's 25 in the inspection. Here we go.
It's pretty cool. Like you can, you click on the report and it shows you like all your train status, what went over the detector, and it's really collecting a lot of information. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, Sean did a
Where
really
do
good
you
job putting
find
that
it?
into the OC.
Where do you find the information?
So it's on your dashboard, and then down at the bottom it'll say recent detector reports, and then there's a report next to the detector number, and you click on that, and it tells you the status of every car, whether it was good or bad, and it breaks all that down.
And that's in the OC?
Yep, on the OC. So they're porting all that information out of the sim, and they're shooting it over, and he's populating it in the OC live. So right now we've got a speed limit of 55, and I'm doing max speed of 19. This train does not have enough power. Alright, Cherry. I hear you. We'll do some stuff. So what days are you got coming on? What days are you going to be off? Tomorrow on Wednesday, okay. Like I said, I don't know what's going on with Josh. Do you want to... You want to try to do some grounded one of those 2 days, or you got other things going on? Or you said you're taking this week off of streaming, right? Okay. We can work that out. Alright, have some good sleep. We'll catch you later. Thanks for coming. Thanks for hanging out and chatting.
David, what do they use nowadays for helpers on the BN?
All-road power, modern 6-axle motors.
So basically aces and Gs.
Yeah. So yeah, just that stuff.
You ever
But
see any like 70Ms or anything like that?
Very rarely. Most of them are in storage up in Wyoming or have been scrapped already.
Damn.
I think there's like maybe 10 or 12 that are those rebuilt Mesas that are SD70s, but or SD70 Max that are rebuilt in the Mesas. Other than that, there's like 8. Just as
I know
many.
a lot of the executives went to like PRLX and stuff like that.
A lot of them got scrapped too. There's a handful left up in Donkey Creek, Wyoming.
So I've got
And a
this
good
chart that I
portion
can
of
look
them
at.
just
Obviously,
put
there's my
down
4 power
to,
units.
Galveston to get scrapped.
The bottom would be any braking or anything that would be applied. It's white, so I've got no braking. This top is the coupler pull.
I'm surprised they're still rocking with those B
So as
units.
you can see,
too,
I'm
the
pulling
60s.
pretty hard on this head end here.
Yeah, Barstow had them for a little bit in their hump jobs, but then they got rid of those.
And,
now they're using Dash 9s.
Then back here it gets pretty light. As you can see, I'm
Like the
doing
4-axle Dash 9s?
285 on
No,
the coupler.
6-axle Dash 9s.
As hump
I'm
power, that's
really
interesting.
struggling with that.
Yep. Well, they work the trim job, but the hump power. The hump power last time I was there was a pair of like SD40-2s that are RCO, but they keep crapping out like once a week, so they'll bring out regular conventional power, so like another pair of SD40-2s, but running conventionally, not RCO.
Gotchas. Now that we've got this to work, it's fun.
Oh, absolutely.
Are we gonna cross over or just take main 2 all the way up?
I don't know if we can make it up main 2 with this thing. You think we could? I don't know. We're 2. According to this thing, it's saying we're 2.9. So
Is that LBTLPC a player train?
no, that's an AI train.
Well, it looks
We're
like
waiting
it's not gonna go anywhere unless it crosses over.
Well, we're waiting on that Z9, that LAC LPK, and he's coming up on Vertimont.
Yeah, and I'm slow. I didn't put enough power on this train. I mean, I'm a 2.9, but
Yeah, you're just as good as us.
yeah. So don't worry about me. I was
We're gonna
hoping.
have to cross over at Cajon then.
Yep. Yeah, do it. I think both those AI trains should get out in front of you, hopefully. Looks like they already are.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 01 just knocked down Silverwood, so. I have to say the West Coast train symbols are quite the mouthful.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. They're a lot easier to understand than you guys' East Coast stuff.
Yeah, I like the West Coast stuff. I can figure it out.
Even numbers are eastbound, odd numbers are westbound. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, didn't I forget what's north and south and east and west when working the A line?
If you're going from Philly to New Jersey, it switches from east to west to north to south halfway through when you go on Conrail.
How do you change on the F3 screen, change from engine number to train symbol?
Hit F1 and then hit the symbol button.
Thank you.
Anytime. David, my engine just ran out of fuel.
No way.
I'm fucking with. I'm screwing with you.
Oh, thank God.
Dude, I immediately looked at my accelerometer and it's like going down like 0.5, 0.4, 0.3. And I'm like, oh no.
I'm just kidding. That was mean. I'm sorry.
Yeah, same here, Norm. I like the West Coast trains though. I like
I
the
was
way
about
they.
to say, even if we lose one more motor on that DP, that NS motor fired back up. So like you have 3 push on there, we should be good.
Yeah, people are gonna have to start. When they build trains, they're gonna have to be really smart about building trains on here now.
Well, it's like the thing is too, like this Dago, when I picked it up out of off the Olive sub, it was already 7,000 tons. The Dago usually out of San Diego is 20 cars. Like it's a small train.
Yeah.
And so, and that's the thing. A lot of these trains are just huge, and I'm not sure if it's because the OC just spawns so many cars, so many customer orders. I don't know if that needs to be trimmed down a bit or what.
Well, that's up to the CLs to, know they can pick what they want to put on there in their tool.
It probably has to do with this server just opening yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when V3 came out, they stopped spawning BNSF supply trains, and people were still on V2 running everything, so they pretty much delivered everything, or most everything.
Yeah. So how heavy are you though with that Dago bar?
Over 11,000 tons.
Yeah.
Damn, we're on this curve and I still can't see the head end.
What did they build for power on it though?
It was 3 and 2.
3 by 2.
It was 3. It was 3 and 2 originally. So when I got it, it was like 1.9. So I wouldn't make home. So I was just going to put one on the head end when I got to San Bernardino. But on my way into San Bernardino, my DP got low water, so it shut down. So that's why I put one on the head end, one on the rear. And then in the process of coming out out of Kona, we ran out of fuel on the other DP motor. So that's why we got helpers out here.
And proceeded to run out of fuel on the third DP motor.
Yeah, we're on a great streak. At this rate, we're going to have to use fuel conservation rules.
We need to start putting, like that train could have easily been built, 5 by 2 and then just isolated a couple units, and if you needed them, you had them.
Well, like even if it's you can't run 5 by 2 because then you have more than 16 rated power axle dip. So like this, like technical, like I look at it like as if it's like a real train at work. If I had 5 by 2, I still have to isolate a head end motor because that's too much power on the head end.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. 5 by 2, and you'd isolate it. That way, you would have had it as a spare.
Even then, I couldn't put it on at all.
Well, I mean,
real life?
But you said you had others that went down. That way, you would have had it to bring that online. And you'd isolated your other one.
Oh, okay. I get you. What you're saying now. Yeah, and just in reality, I mean, these trains should not be almost 200 cars long,
Yeah.
Like just for comparison, like right now, real world, there's a Dago, South Bar Dago going in San Bernardino. It's 70 cars, all loads. That's it. It's got 6 motors on it, or 5 motors on it, I should say, 3 and 2.
Damn.
There's a Bar Watt that's 85 cars. That's the biggest train on here, but it's only 8,400 tons with running 2 by 2, or just kidding, 4 by 0. Interesting.
We once had an oil train come through that was 199 cars.
That's just crazy.
All loads.
What's like this train I'm on, which whoever put it together, but I'm 6,200 tons. I'm all head in power coming up Cajon.
Damn.
Yeah. See, like that's not bad. Like so, like generally, like these LAC LPKs or LAC List 9s, all these hotshot C's that come out of LA, they run 8,500 feet at max, and they're 5 by 0 or something like that.
So like you can run stuff like that. Like those Z's can take off because it's all the same universal brake. It's when you run these manifest trains where you have different type of car lengths, different types of brakes. It just throws everything off.
Well, I can tell you right now, this is going to be, my couplers are bright orange.
So do they run like in real life Z trains without DPUs?
Yeah, the only Z trains that have DPs come out of Stockton are Stockton, Willow Springs 7 and 8, which I don't know why they do it. They just started doing that within the last 2 months, 3 months.
But the most it'll be is 5x0.
4x0, 5x0. You'll have some that are 6x0, 6x0, and when they do have 6, one of them is isolated just for backup.
Yeah, they built this as a 4x, and I wish they'd have put a 5th on it.
Yeah, that 9 should have had a 5.
Yeah.
The nicest milepost.
And I'm pretty sure that those trains out of Hobart were all built prior to the migration.
Oh, they may have been, yeah.
I thought they started everything from scratch, so they just ported over like the train that were in V2.
Yep. By hand. So Frank and Dick and Mark and Kyler, I don't know if Matt was in on that or not, maybe. They all just started at one piece of track, and they just started all walking the track and looking at both servers and having both up. And when they found something online on V2, then they would hop over and they'd bring it in, they'd spawn it in on V3, and they just keep walking the tracks and the yards and all that stuff.
That sounds like a lot of work.
It was.
Did they start like when V3 came out and it just took them this long?
Well, once, Sean had to do his piece with the OC, the guys started porting everything over on A-Line. They did it first because it was the easiest. Then they started porting stuff over. They said Mohawk actually took them longer than what SoCal did, believe it or not. Because they ran into...
Wonder why that is.
Because they ran it... Because of all the track differentiations. And so I think they were... The nodes stayed pretty much the same on SoCal. So hidden within the software within Run8. Depending on where you're at, there's nodes that are kind of hidden within the track that say this engine is on this node. The front of it's here, the rear of it is on this node. That's how the external dispatcher, TSCAD, all of Sean's train reports, all that stuff, that's how it tells where you're at, where you're spawning something in at. And so with SoCal and the A-Line, that stayed pretty much the same. With Mohawk, that changed drastically. So as they were annotating what nodes were where and bringing stuff over, a lot of it didn't match, so it caused them a lot of issues.
Gotcha.
I am probably going to park this train right here in Summit. So I will climb the hill and then pull in here and park it. And that'll be it.
David, we're all aligned over.
There's these guys.
Copy that. Say that again. I don't speak robot. Can you guys hear him?
No.
R2D2.
So, let's see how long this is going to take. It's 11. So I just passed Keenbrook, I believe. Here. Yep, I'm right here at this light, which is 70.9 mile marker. Or actually, I think this light I'm coming up on. It's Keenbrook. We need to go to Summit, which is 52.5. So 18 miles. 18 miles an hour. So right about midnight. We've got about an hour left to get to Summit. That'll work. So we're doing 18 miles an hour. We got to go 18 miles. It's going to take us an hour. That's where we're going to park her.
BNSF Yardmaster to the Cadiz local.
Excuse me, what now?
BNSF Yardmaster to the Cadiz local. Not you, I don't think.
No, sorry, it just booted me out of the helper.
Oh, it did?
I'm back in now.
I had my train do that when I was done at Hobart. I was in it, was getting ready to take off. It kicked me out. It was still my train. I jumped back in it, and then I was fine.
No, we broke.
Oh, no.
Emergency, emergency, BNSF 72, 78, emergency, Swartdale Canyon Road, main 2 out.
My accelerometer said minus 110 at one point.
That's interesting. I didn't get a brake knuckle error or knucklehead error, so.
Well, it booted me out of the helper. I hopped back in and then it broke.
Yeah, I found the brake.
I found it. Oh, it was going so well.
I was doing the same thing.
I hear you, Norm.
There's a problem. This is almost as bad as
Well,
Railroads Online.
Jethro, that son of a gun.
It's just one
Train's
brake.
relinquished when you want to couple it.
What's that?
It's just one, and it's ready to couple. It's relinquished.
Alright, here we go.
So Diesel, you say set it up as the rest is MUs and just the one I'm using as the lead?
Yeah, you'll set that one as DPU lead, and then on the right side of that menu, there's a button that you click that switches between DPU and helper.
Okay. Give it a shot.
Bad thing is now I'm gonna actually catch them, maybe.
When you're ready, David, 3 to a couple.
Roger, 3.
We are going through the knuckles today.
I sure hope Sean gets ED fixed of it fast.
2. Gets what fixed?
External dispatcher.
It says probably a couple months out.
I
1.
Don't make me sad like that.
I expect us to get a patch for version 3
Ah.
that fixes that first.
It appears you've stopped.
What was that?
You have stopped on my end. You still got one more.
I found another knuckle back here.
You guys see that PTC that someone's allegedly putting together?
Yeah, I saw that. I just don't know much about it.
What is it?
Someone designed a PTC program that they got it to communicate with the game.
Oh wow.
You can have it. It will do everything but you into emergency, but it won't penalize you. So it'll just show you stuff and gradients and such.
Yeah, because the data for the grade's already there. I mean, it's passed in the sim, so.
That's true. Wonder if there's a way to get it to show the upcoming signals too. I guess if the dispatching board shows that.
Right.
Next thing we'll have is Trip Optimizer.
Scary.
David, you hooked back up yet?
I think so.
Love it.
Got
Let's
one
try to
more.
hitch it back up then.
Wish you could put F3 up on another monitor.
That would be nice. At that point, it's just external dispatch, though, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, that would work. I could live with that.
You could live with external dispatcher.
I could live with F3 on another monitor without, you know.
True.
But I definitely want AED, though.
I want to know train length, at least.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's annoying not being able to see that.
which I don't know. So you can AD currently works and will give you that information. You just can't flip switches or signals while you have ED up. So if you want that information on another screen, you can still use ED for that.
I've heard though that even if you're not touching switches, it will mess with the switches on the server.
Nah. As long as you never toggle anything, it won't matter.
I'm not 100% certain of that because I think
Have a
we've
car,
been
David.
experimenting that. People like have had ED up and running, and
I'm not here at the moment.
switches are randomly being flipped.
What did you say about locomotive?
It broke up here at the motor, so it's every time I hook up, I'm trying to cut the air back in. Once the air cuts all in, since I don't have a set, it keeps rolling out.
Oh my.
Yeah, so hold on.
It's that hurry up and wait game.
Mm-hmm.
Breaking one in real life can't be fun at all.
No, it's not.
Is that coming from experience?
Not on my trains, but been around them.
They're pretty heavy, right? Like 80 pounds?
90 pounds.
Jesus.
It's not that they're heavy, they're just awkward to hold.
And where do you guys store them on the locos?
Right by the steps. So on the back steps, there's like where the MU, where the air hoses are. There's little holders for them.
Oh, so they're those Johns that hang on the back plow.
Are you guys
I guess
past
not
the
a
signal at Cajon already?
Negative, you can take it.
Thank you very much.
Oh, sure, just go around us.
I was content rolling behind you till you broke again. Well, we're finally going to catch the struggle bus.
Yeah, Nate, let me get this thing all squared away. I can't cheat on this one just because of the grade.
Okay.
What are you guys' axle temperatures typically running?
I believe under 300.
Okay.
Anything over, you start to worry.
All right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the hot box detector is not actually using the temperature that you see in your engine. Because I actually got hit and all the smoke started coming out, and mine was only like at 130 or something like that.
BNSF detector milepost 66.5 main to ambient temperature 58 degrees.
Well, the temperature that you're seeing is your only really for your lead locomotive, right?
No, yeah, but the lead locomotive was also one of. I mean, all of them were decided that they were going to be smoking. And,
okay, I got you.
And so yeah, the lead locomotive was like 130 and went purple and was smoking.
Hey there.
It's happened behind the brake, and I don't know what's going on.
What derailed?
These cryo cars towards the rear.
It's the potatoes.
So this is the struggle train here on our right.
From what I understand, that's like 90% of what they carry in those cars. Those cryo cars are from like the early 90s.
He actually, it looks like he knocked it off the tracks, so he was having to re-rail it.
You ever see any of those Southern Pacific high cush boxcars around where you are?
I haven't seen one recently. Let's put it like that.
I saw one that was in really good condition in the New York Atlantic Yard a while back. It's still lettered for SP2.
I think the last time I saw one was on Tehachapi.
Nice. How's it going getting back together?
Think we might be good.
Famous last words.
Oh, okay. You go read that. He was looking at me and
I just don't like how slow it's taking for the rear to come down right now. You on?
Yes, sir.
Let me know if you start rolling.
Will do.
Cool. If you haven't rolled now, we're all stretched out. Ah, damn it.
Why are you goddamming?
You start to roll.
Not on my end.
Alright, we
Brakes are
should be
still
all
on.
We should be all stretched out now.
Oh, I hope everything's okay.
Am I good to notch out?
What's that?
Am I good to notch up?
Yeah, let's start notching up. Let's go to 1.
I'm already in 2, sorry.
Oh, that's fine. You can stay 1 ahead of me. Let's go to 3.
3.
Let's go 4.
4.
Yeah, hopefully Josh's pop's okay. Yeah, this will be rough on him. That's definitely not what I wanted to hear.
What's your amps?
12.
Alright, you're in 4 or 5?
And 4.
Let's go 5.
5.
If you start to roll back, go up to 6.
BNSF detector milepost 6.
Copy that.
25 main 1. Ambient temperature 58 degrees. BNSF detector milepost 6.5 main 2. Ambient temperature 58 degrees.
Yeah. Yeah, he lost. He was born with a lot of issues. I think he struggled his whole life. He was pretty little. And,
I'm pushing 1800.
Yeah, don't touch it.
No touching.
Moving?
And the needle is broken. Needle is just off of the gauge at this point.
Milepost 6.5 main 2. Ambient temperature 58 degrees.
Also, it's funny that the gauge says EMD. Let's not do that again, shall we?
Well, we're going to have to stop up here and go.
What's your CFM at?
My flow is at 36.
Mine's at mine says 10. So 100. Don't think that's right.
Why is your flow at 100? That means you got air leaking out somewhere.
Where'd the train go?
I was just about to ask the same thing.
The train disappeared, guys.
Sure.
No, the server's
Maybe it was
crashing.
corrupted.
The server's crashing. I can't flip the switch either.
Well, is it a
Or
switch
chat.
that's on like a line apart?
No, in the servers you can't chat either. Server's crashing. It'll automatically restart though. Sean's got a script now that'll automatically restart it.
So we're gonna have to do that again.
Jeez, I hope it stops stretched.
It might be rolling backward.
It hasn't kicked me out yet.
It's a little bit slower. It's a little bit slower. V3 is so far about kicking people out, but it's crashed.
There it goes.
We've made it what, like 6 miles?
No, we started. We're at milepost 68. Oh no, it was like 74. Ouch! Yeah, we're doing horrible. No, we're
It's been like
past.
3 hours, 3.5 hours now.
Well, I managed
we're
to
like a mile
pass
post,
the struggle train at least.
Because Cajon's 62, 63.
Everybody's saying the server's
We're just a couple
crashing.
miles from Cajon.
Works good for me.
I'm at 67.
You're at 66?
67.
67. Ouch.
Still hasn't booted me.
Nah, I'm still in it, but like when I go to F2, it doesn't show anyone in here.
No, it doesn't.
It's still showing everybody for me. Nope, everybody's gone.
But I'm rolling too, so what's the deal?
You're rolling still?
You can still
I'm
be
still rolling too.
You can still be rolling, but that doesn't mean anything. You're about to service down or service crashed.
Yeah, and the server might not ever actually go down until they restart it, so it's a huge pain.
Well, like I said, they've got Sean's got a script that auto start. It checks for the server being up. If the server's not up, it'll start it up.
That's smart.
Yeah, I don't know if it works in this specific circumstance, though.
No, the server's down. I think that the V3 they have better, or at least I won't say better. I'll say different networking code, and that it's tolerating a lot less communication failure before it actually completely goes kablooey. So I think we just stick around longer. I've already been through another crash last night when after the server came up. We noticed that it was down, and it took us several minutes before it actually went down. So the server's not down when we're still in the game. It's just that our clients haven't figured out yet that the server is down.
Oh, okay.
BNSF 8249, approach medium. Cajon.
Well, he's just vibing.
Just try to remember where you were when everyone first started saying the server was down. That's how far back you're going to go.
All right, Norm. Hey, thanks for staying with me, buddy. Definitely. Glad to talk to you. Yeah, it was fun. Like I said, if it's something you think you're interested in, you know, we can definitely teach you and let you learn a lot. But like I said, you've seen everything at night. Unfortunately, this sim is beautiful. It's got all kinds of things going on. So something to think about. But anyway. Yeah, thanks for sitting here with me. Like I said, I'm going to try to get this train up here and get it parked. If the server crashes, I may just AI it. But thanks for coming out. It's been a pleasure.
around here, so we would just basically take off.
With 4 strips of crispy bacon and rich melty cheese. With
Of course, it also came up a lot faster last time, too.
Did you say it's back?
No, I said last time it came up a lot faster than this.
Ah, okay.
I'm still going outside of Needles.
Try to type something in chat. You might still be going, but since you've lost your connection to the server, everything you're doing will not actually be saved, and your train will be back where it was probably about 5 minutes ago.
Great.
Yeah, the last time I remember this happening on the public server recently, where the server went down, but it didn't kick anybody out. Like, it didn't notify you that it went down. I'm pretty sure someone had to restart it manually.
Yay.
And as usual, all the staff were gone.
They've been working hard.
Well, I put my train in Train Maker upper. I'm gonna keep running it. If it comes back, I'll just delete what I got, and I'm gonna put myself where I was. Cause I did the work, by God.
Hey Nate, notch down one. Copy, Nate.
What's that?
A notch down one.
Oh, is the server back up?
No, I mean, are you still running or?
No, the train evaporated for me.
Oh, I'm still here. Oh, okay. Well, let's figure this one out.
Mike, you making pizza again? Friends, I'm gonna have to bail for tonight. It's getting pretty late.
Yeah, same here.
Well, Nate, thanks for helping today.
Yeah, no problem, bud. I'm sorry we couldn't get farther. If you just wanna, when the server comes up, like, magic the helpers into the summit siding.
Yeah, I can do that for you.
Yeah, and then if I'll put it on the OC that they're in the summit siding, okay?
Will do. Thanks, bud.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you. See ya.
See you, Nate.
User disconnected from your channel.
I'm off tonight as well. Gentlemen, have fun.
Later, man. Later, guys.
Good night.
User disconnected from your channel. User disconnected from your channel. User disconnected from your channel.
Howdy, howdy. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for the follow. Theoretically BS. We're running a train up Cajon. Trying to make it to Summit Siding and pull it in there. The server might be having some issues, which might prevent us from getting in there. I don't think these are moving. There you go. So we're on Depot Plus, running Run8. We're running a Z train, Z-Lac LPK9. Started out down there in Hobart, made our way through LA and climbing up Cajon, trying to get to Summit.
User disconnected from your channel.
We server started acting funny a few minutes ago, and we thinking it's crashing, but hadn't fully crashed, so I'm still just rolling up the hill. We'll see what happens. You don't have to have anything specific. Just the basic is fine for depot. The public is obviously on SoCal, so if you just get V3 with the Mojave and the needles, you can do your check ride and you can run around on the public. And then eventually that's where they'll do your check ride, is on that section. I love Run8. I wish I'd have bought it long ago. The depot, Run8 by itself is amazing. Run8 plus Depot Plus, there's nothing that compares to it. I really enjoy it. Yeah, now these trains are updating, which means I'm not going to be able to throw this switch. I was hoping to get my way to Summit, get the train put away. I don't think that's going to happen. I had no signal. Yep, I believe the server has crashed. Running trains in V3 is much more difficult than V2, in my opinion, if you go and turn all this stuff on. So do you not have Run8 currently there, theoretically? That's going to be a new purchase for you. Their train climbing the hill. That's kind of buggy. Climbing the hill at Cajon. We're very close to making it to summit. Once we get there, like I said, I'll probably bring her to a stop and call it a night. Whatever happens, happens. Signal there. Don't know why. Bring her to a stop. Call it good. All right. I don't know how far we are to the siding. That should be Silverwood there. No, that's working. All right. That's a decent little train. I'll AI it and let it go. And there she goes. Alrighty. Well, thanks for everybody that came out or is still hanging out or at least lurking or what have you. We're Gonna wrap it up and head on over